This is Head of School Dr. Larry McLemore. As a proud alumnus and a parent of 2 Trojan students, I can personally attest to the benefits of a St. James education. At St. James School, our purpose is to build up every child from the inside out, to encourage each heart, to build character, and to elevate potential. Every day, we work hard to live out our purpose in the classroom, on the stage, and on the field. Thank you to the following businesses who have partnered with us to support and build up our students this year: Adams Drugs, Alabama 811, Baptist Ortho Now, Breck Honey State Farm, Brindle Sprinkler Company, Bush Law Firm, CB&S Bank, Dentistry for Children, Doug's 2 Salon, Gunthorpe Financial, Dr. Derek Wessner and Dr. Lee Murphy from Houston Clinic, Just for Grins Orthodontics, Judge J.C. Love, Merrill Lynch Webb Chastain, Merrill Lynch Jake Ray, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, Montgomery Dentistry, Montgomery Paint and Body, Moore Company Realty, On Point Habitat Management, Pinion Law Firm, Regions, River Bank and Trust, Southern Specialty Physicians, Attorney Katie Steenwinder, Tanner Landscaping, and Zaxby's. Go Trojans.
And just like that, the football season's halfway over, or at least it will be in a couple of hours. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It's Friday night in Alabama, and this is St. James Trojan Football. We're back after a 2-week road trip, and we join you from the J.R. Brown Press Box atop Carlisle Field on the campus of St. James School, where tonight the Trojans will celebrate homecoming and look to get their first victory of the 2025 season. By any measure, it's been a disappointing season so far, but much of the season still lies ahead for the Trojans, and it begins tonight against a 1-3 Talladega team, and the Trojans looking for an answer on offense. If you've been with us all season, you know St. James playing without an experienced quarterback, playing with an undermanned team, and all of that will be the same again tonight. But it's homecoming. It's time to celebrate. And guess what? It's also time to get that first win of the season. I'm Sonny Brassville, and he's Brad Armagost. This is St. James Football, and we'll be right back.
Has an accident cramped your style? At Montgomery Paint and Body, we turn into wow. Whether it's a tiny fender bender or total body repair, we'll have your ride looking stunning, maybe even better than before. When life throws a collision your way, count on us to smooth out the stress. We don't just fix cars. We treat every customer like family, because that's what the Turners are all about. From little fender benders to total body repair, visit Montgomery Paint and Body, East Shirley Lane on the East Boulevard, or call 27-REC. At Montgomery Paint and Body, your vehicle will be as good as new, maybe better.
Zaxby's is more than just a humble chicken joint. It's a humble chicken joint with the best sauces in the world. See, at Zaxby's, you don't just get their famous hand-breaded chicken fingers, fried to golden perfection with that flavor you know and love. At Zaxby's, you get the sauce. Dip, dunk, and drizzle with your choice of 12 different sauces like Zax sauce, tongue torch, and hot honey mustard. So if you want a whole lot of sauce, you need to find yourself a Zaxby's. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in Alabama. So now you can get the great service and convenience of State Farm agent Breck Honey at an even better price. That's right. State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. State Farm agent Breck Honey is ready to help you save, Montgomery. Call my office today at 334-272-8423. That's 272-8423. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If you or your family is a landowner, here is an important thing to know from On Point Habitat Management. The best way to improve the aesthetics and wildlife habitat quality of your property is with a prescribed fire burn. On Point's goal is to never send the landowner a bill, but to use funding available from the Department of Agriculture to accomplish the goals for your property. Consultations are free. Applications for the funding is free. Reach out to them at onpointhabitat@gmail.com.
Well, we're back here at the J.R. Brown Press Box. St. James versus Talladega, homecoming 2025. The Trojans return home after a 2-week road trip. St. James 0-4 on the season. If you've been with us, you know that the Trojans started the season just a little more than a mile away against Montgomery Catholic, a game that was the Trojans trailed 12-6 at halftime, got away a little bit in the second half. St. James turned the ball over twice and dropped that game 32-6 to Catholic. And then 3 weeks ago, I guess now, St. James here at home, the only home game so far against Montgomery Academy. The Trojans fell 14-7 in a game that was 7-0 at halftime, and a game in which the Trojans got inside the 5-yard line of Montgomery Academy twice and came away with no points, leaving 14 points on the board in a 14-7 loss. And since then, the last 2 weeks have just been tough for St. James. Both games on the road at Bullitt County and at Handley. Handley, a perennial power in Class 4A. And last Friday night, St. James just quite honestly overpowered by Handley. The Trojans had less than 75 yards of total offense in a 42-0 loss. And against Bullitt County, the Trojans just and Coach Ware beat around the bush, but said it last Friday night in talking about that Bullitt County game the week before. Now, St. James just wasn't ready in the first half. Bullitt County, ran the football up and down the field, led 24-7 in a game that finished 31-14. So St. James comes back home after 3 of the first 4 games on the road, hoping to get things turned around tonight against a Talladega team that has only won 1 game this season and really has a history of struggling as a program. And when you look closely at Talladega, you begin to almost feel like this season is one in which St. James shouldn't be complaining. Talladega's had only 1 winning season since 1994. And in 1994, they defeated Montevallo 20-18 in the first round of the playoffs. And that's the only playoff victory in Talladega high school football history. So this is a football team that hasn't been in the playoffs since 2020. And as I said, in 2019, they won a game against Montevallo, and that's it. So they come into this game tonight 1-3, and that's not an unusual spot for this program. It is an unusual spot for St. James. And speaking of unusual spots, I guess I ought to take a minute and do a little housekeeping. The last 2 weeks, we need to thank J.R. Brown, the usual public address announcer for St. James football, baseball, basketball, wrestling. J.R. spends much of his time here at St. James. The last 2 weeks, he's handled the play-by-play story of St. James football here on WRBZ. And a special thanks to Wes Stewart, who handled the engineering of the broadcast on the road. And that's always a little bit of a challenge, especially when you go to a new place and also when it's your first time to handle those kind of details. And last Friday night, I was traveling all week, got home late, watched the game on Facebook Live. And though the outcome was not anything that we enjoyed, the broadcast was excellent. And I just want to take a minute and thank JR and Wes for their hard work to make sure that we had St. James football on the radio the last 2 weeks. And we're back here now at Carlisle Field, and Brad Armagost here with me tonight. So it's kind of like the Eagles. We've gotten the band back together, and we're excited about the opportunity here on Homecoming 2025 for St. James. This Talladega team comes in after falling last Friday night, or actually last Thursday night, 27-8 to Cleburne County, another team that has struggled over the last decade or so in Class 4A. But they gave up 307 total yards to Cleburne County, 188 of that on the ground. Cleburne County led 27-8 before Talladega scored a late touchdown. The Tigers had only 45 yards rushing last week against Cleburne County. And quite honestly, if you look at Talladega so far this season, it sounds a lot like St. James. The Talladega's had a really, really tough time running the football. The Trojans Last Friday night on 25 rushing attempts, had -3 yards rushing the football. So both teams have had a difficult time running the football. Talladega has alternated two guys at quarterback. You'll hear from both of them tonight. Malik Smith, a senior who plays wide receiver when he's not playing quarterback, and Logan Stevenson, who will play running back when he's not playing quarterback. And quite honestly, that is a lot like St. James. The Trojans playing two quarterbacks, Grant Phillips and Mason Craig. They'll alternate a good bit, and both of them will play another position. Grant Phillips most of the time at running back, Mason Craig most of the time at wide receiver when they're not under the center at quarterback. So both teams trying to find an offensive identity. And this is only the second meeting between St. James and Talladega. Last season on the road up in Talladega County, the Trojans won 35-12. Probably the best offensive game of the season for the Trojans. And that was the 26th straight region victory for St. James a year ago tonight. Let me say that again. The victory over Talladega a year ago tonight made 26 region victories in a row for the Trojans. Since then, St. James region record is 3-3. So again, this season and the difficulties that St. James has had so far in the first four games, very, very unusual. One of the things that you scratch your head about and you wonder how this football game is going to go is if you look at the quality of opponent that St. James has played versus the quality of the opponent that has been played by Talladega. St. James has played two undefeated teams, Bullock County 4-0, Montgomery Academy 4-0. The Trojans also have played Hanley, and they're 3-1. And then shockingly, Montgomery Catholic at 1-3. So the Trojans' opponents are 12-4 on the season. If you remove the 4 wins over St. James from that record, they're 9 in their games, not against the St. James Trojans. The Trojans' first 4 opponents are 8-4 on the season, but 12-4, including the victories over St. James. Looking at Talladega, their only win is against Childersburg this season, defeated Childersburg 20-12. But Childersburg is 0-4. They lost to Cleveland County 27-8 last Thursday night. As we mentioned, Cleveland County's 1-2 on the season. They also lost to Booker T. Washington in region play 19-6. BTW is 2-1, and then they lost to White Plains to kick off the season, and they're 1-2. So Talladega's opponents are 4-9 on the season. If you remove the 2 victories over Talladega, then they are 2-9. So Talladega's opponents 2-9, St. James opponents 8-4. And so, in analyzing this football game, you wonder if the quality of competition, though the records for St. James and Talladega, both 0-2 in region play, seem similar. The difficulty running the football seems similar. The alternating quarterbacks seem similar. But from the St. James perspective, you have to wonder if the Trojans' record and difficulty running the football looks the way it looks because they have played a very, very difficult schedule. And it's not going to be long. We're going to find this out on homecoming. A lot of festivities tonight. A big crowd of alumni here. We'll crown a new homecoming queen at halftime, and we'll try to bring that to you. But in between, we'll try to play a little football. And Brad Armagost and I will bring it to you as we march closer to kickoff here, St. James versus Talladega for homecoming 2025. You stay with us. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be right back with more details. It's St. James versus Talladega, and this is St. James football on WRBZ.
Great smiles start at Montgomery Dentistry on Woodner Boulevard. Doctors Anderson, Robertson, and Bittner have over 55 years combined dental experience and are proud to be an active part of the St. James community. Montgomery Dentistry accepts most major dental insurance plans, voted best dental practice for 8 years in a row. Ask them about financing options to allow you to get your dental care now and pay later. Located on Woodmer Boulevard. Follow them on Facebook and visit them in MontgomeryDentistry.com.
A Regions checking account can help you take your next step in life by giving you smarter, more convenient ways to manage your money. Open a Regions checking account today and bank safely and securely in a branch, online, on your phone, or with a phone call. You'll also love conveniences like text alerts, Regions mobile deposit, and our new bill pay system. Ready to move your life forward? To open a Regions checking account today, visit a branch or log on to regions.com/open now. Regions Bank. Message and data fees may apply to mobile services. Mobile deposit subject to fees.
Hi, I'm Shelly Nichols. If you see home ownership in your future, the future is now. Helping people get mortgages is what I do at Cross Country Mortgage. I'll help you find the home financing option that's right for you. Go to my website at ccm.com/Shelly Nichols and follow me on social media. Contact me today at Cross Country Mortgage about a home loan. Equal housing opportunity, subject to credit approval, NMLS 430123, company NMLS 3029, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
This is Judge J.C. Love in the Montgomery County Probate Court, wishing the St. James Trojans football team a winning and successful football season. Go Trojans. And while we're cheering for victory on the field, we're also protecting victories at home. Don't let property title fraud take away what you've worked so hard to build. Sign up today for the Probate Court's REACT program, the Real Estate Activity Alert and Contact Tool. It's free, it's fast, and it helps safeguard your property. Protect your property, protect your future. Learn more at www.reactnow.com. That's www.reactnow.com. Go Trojans.
Well, we're back here at Carlisle Field as we march ever closer to kick off Homecoming 2025, St. James versus the Talladega Tigers. And St. James will be attempting to extend a 14-year homecoming winning streak tonight. The last homecoming loss coming way back in 2010, a 43-40 overtime loss to Headland in what was a important region game for the Trojans. And in fact, that was the only season during the 11-year head coaching tenure of Jimmy Perry when the Trojans were unable to make the playoffs. And that loss on homecoming had a lot to do with St. James being home during the playoff season. But tonight, the Trojans here at homecoming looking to extend that homecoming winning streak again, that it stands at 14 straight wins. Last year, 32-28 win over Booker T. Washington, which helped propel the Trojans into a second place finish and a home playoff game in the first round of the playoffs last year. That 32-28 homecoming win over PTW, a team we'll see a little bit later in the season. Now, as we mentioned during the lead up in the previous segment, the Trojans and the Tigers both looking for an offensive identity, both teams having a really difficult time running the football. And certainly tonight, we expect both teams to try a little something different. After 4 games, Talladega and St. James both near the bottom in scoring offense. We'll give you those details in a few minutes, but both teams really struggling, averaging in the neighborhood of 50 yards a game on the ground last Friday night. Just quite honestly, an absolutely disastrous night for the Trojans with -3 yards rushing on 25 carries at Hanley. And, you know, the Trojans are going to look to Grant Phillips to help with the running game tonight. Now, Phillips will play quarterback some as well. We do expect to see Miles Zakowski, the linebacker, play at tailback some tonight as well, and perhaps even Cameron Hartley, who's a sophomore who's been returning kicks and did an excellent job last Friday night. We expect to see him at running back some tonight as well. Just the Trojans trying something different and trying to get a little more speed in the backfield to give them a chance to get outside. Last Friday night, one of the things that really made the evening very, very difficult on St. James was that the Trojans unable to get anybody blocked on the outside and unable to run to the sidelines and outrace Hanley to the sideline. And that just meant without a worry that the Trojans could run outside, then those 2 linebackers were staying home and stopping everything between the guards. And, you know, what that meant was it was a tough night running the football for St. James. Talladega had much the same last Friday night against Cleveland County, getting only 45 yards on the ground. So tonight's game will pit two teams against each other who will be looking for an offensive identity and who will be looking to run the football. And I dare say, in a couple of hours or so, when we're wrapping this football game up, that the team that has run the football the best will likely be the team that gets their first region win of the season tonight. Talladega, as we mentioned, has lost 19-6 to Booker T. Washington and 27-8 to Cleveland County, and St. James has dropped games against Bullock County and Handley, two teams that are likely to contend for the region championship. I would say here in Class 4A Region 3, Handley or Bullock County kind of sitting in the catbird seat for the region title, and the Trojans having played both teams in their only two region games so far. And I mentioned earlier that one of the things we'll find out tonight is if the strength of your opponents matter. St. James opponents are much, much stronger than Talladega's, even though the Tigers have a 1-3 record and the Trojans are 4-0. We'll see Mason Craig at quarterback tonight, the former wide receiver for the Trojans, forced into quarterback action this year. He's thrown for a smidge over 200 yards with the only passing touchdown of the season was a completion to Grant Phillips. Phillips only 6 of 16 throwing the football. When he's in there at quarterback, most of the time St. James is going to run the football. They've tried to run a lot of option. I'm not so sure that we will see a lot of that tonight as the Trojans are trying to make some changes offensively, but both of those guys at quarterback, the leading rusher, of course, is Grant Phillips, much of his yardage coming from the quarterback position, but he's got 135 yards on the season on 32 carries, which is a smidge over 4 yards a carry. But behind him, not much. Mason Craig with almost 50 yards rushing, and then Ford Bass with only 7 yards on 15 carries on the season. So, you hear those numbers and you realize that the Trojans have just had a really, really difficult time rushing the football, again, averaging a smidge under 50 yards a game. The leading rusher receiver for the Trojans is senior Luke Catchings. He also plays safety. Catchings has 4 receptions for 83 yards. Benton Alford, the junior, with 3 receptions for 61. And then Phillips has caught 2 passes for 37 yards, and one of those a touchdown. And that short description is pretty much summed up the offensive performance for St. James in the first 4 games. And the Trojans will, when they're looking to throw the ball, they're going to look for Alford. There's no question about that. Also, Andrew Shaleta and Michael Hassel and Andrew Yancey. Those are the guys that quarterback will be looking for tonight as they look to try to put the ball in the air. Defensively, St. James, the last 2 games, quite honestly, just kind of running out of gas. An outstanding defensive showing until the very last 3 or 4 minutes of the game against 5A defending state champ Montgomery Catholic. In game 2, the Trojans really played defensively. They played Montgomery Academy off their feet. But then the last 2 games, they've played teams that have just lined up and run the ball straight at the defense, and the Trojans have had a very hard time stopping that the last 2 weeks. And my guess is that's what we'll see Talladega attempt to do, and that is to just line up and run the football at the St. James defensive line. We'll see Will Steenwinder in there at one of the defensive lineman positions, along with Landon Wiggum, Max Ward, those guys manning the defensive line. Last week, I guess one of the positives, Andrew Sellers played a great deal at defensive in the defensive line, really at nose guard most of the night, and played and performed very, very well. He's just a sophomore, the biggest player on the Trojans team at 6'6", 285, and Sellers made 4 tackles last Friday night, and we certainly expect to see him some more in tonight's game, and that can give some of the other guys a little opportunity to get a break because, the Trojans linemen are playing, between 85 and 90 plays a game, playing both ways. And what that means is in the fourth quarter, things get really, really tough for St. James. And the inside linebackers all year, it'll be the same. Two guys tonight, Henry Wright and Miles Zakowski, and they've held up and played very, very well for the Trojans. I would say those two guys and then Grant Phillips at safety would be the shining stars on defense for the Trojans, and they will need to be tonight if St. James is going to be able to get win number one. Now, if we look a little closer at the numbers, everything says this should be a low-scoring football game. That probably means somebody wins 42-40 because it never turns out in high school football the way you think it will turn out. But consider these numbers. The Trojans are averaging only 6.8 points a game, less than a touchdown with an extra point per game. That makes St. James next to last, 64th in scoring in Class 4A. Talladega not much better, averaging 11.3 points per game, 58th in Class 4A. So on the offensive side, neither team lighting up the scoreboard. Defensively, the Trojans in the middle of the pack in Class 4A, giving up a smidge under 30 points a game, and Talladega giving up a little over 21 points a game. So defensively, both teams playing well enough, at least in the middle of the pack of Class 4A. But offensively, both teams have struggled significantly. And tonight, again, the key to this game likely to be who can run the football and who protects the football. St. James turning the ball over 3 times in the second quarter last week. It was 7-0 at the end of the first quarter, and St. James had the football last week against Hanley, turned it over. The ball was scooped up and run in for a touchdown. On the next possession, the Trojans fumbled inside their own 20. Hanley bumped that in for a touchdown, and then the Trojans turned the ball over again, giving Hanley a third short field. As last week, Hanley scored 3 touchdowns in the second quarter and really busted that game open. St. James looking to protect the football tonight and be able to run the ball enough to control the clock and keep their defense off the field. And when the opportunities presents themselves, get the football in the end zone. As you know, in that Montgomery Academy game, had 2 opportunities inside the 5 and didn't score on either one. Trojans simply can't do that tonight. It's homecoming 2025. It's St. James versus Talladega. Both teams hungry for a region win, and St. James looking to extend the 14-year homecoming win streak to year 15. We'll be back, and we'll have a visit with head coach Larry Weyer and get a little more insight on what practice was like this week and what he sees for tonight's homecoming game. You stay with us. He's Brad Armagost. I'm Sonny Brassfield. We'll be right back. This is St. James Football on WRBZ.
Discover your stunning new look at Doug's 2 Salon. Find your breathtaking new hairstyle or color with our expert stylists and salon artists, and look absolutely radiant with our extensions, balayage, and keratin treatments. You'll find products from Aveda and Bumble & Bumble. So even when you leave the salon, you keep looking sensational. Call to make your appointment and look and feel amazing today.
I'm Cliff Meidel, 2-time Olympic athlete in the sport of sprint kayaking. In 1986, my life changed forever when I struck 3 buried high-voltage cables while working on an excavation site. 30,000 volts of electricity blew through my body. I'm lucky to be alive and able to walk again. Accidents like mine can be avoided with a simple call to 811.
Accidents can happen to anyone. Know what's below. Always call 811 before digging. Brought to you by Alabama 811.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Derek Cunningham of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. We're a proud supporter of St. James football. Being a member of this community and knowing that these students are part of our community, we at the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office would like to let you know that we support you this football season and we're here for you this football season.
If joint pain or athletic injury has you out of the game, call the Houston Clinic team at 334-245-6605. Doctors Lee Murphy and Derek Wessner are seasoned healthcare providers working to provide high-quality sports medicine care to the athletes of the River region. Dr. Murphy is an orthopedic surgeon. His clinical focus is on shoulder, elbow, and knee disorders. Dr. Wessner is a veteran and primary care sports medicine physician specializing in the primary care treatment of all musculoskeletal conditions. Visit Doctors Murphy and Wessner at Houston Clinic on Taylor Road in Montgomery.
We're back here at Carlisle Field as St. James gets ready for another region game against Talladega tonight here on Homecoming 2025. We're with head coach Larry Ware. Coach, I know it's been a hectic week this week with homecoming.
Yeah, it has been. You know, after doing all this stuff that we've done just to get the community excited, the St. James community excited, you know, it's been draining, to say the least. And now we're here at what really matters most, and that's just, you know, playing the ball game. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I remember Coach Perry and I would have this conversation during homecoming week, and he would always say the same thing. You know, I just hope the boys keep the main thing the main thing.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear Coach Perry saying that.
Well, this week I know you've had a pretty good week of practice. Can you talk a little bit about your football team and the health of the team and that kind of thing as we get ready tonight?
Yeah, you know, it's been really refreshing, you know, with the way the kids bounced back from last week versus the loss we had and the way we lost and just the whole dynamic of it. You know, I felt like coming in this week, the kids would be needing some uplifting by the coaches. And it's been kind of opposite. You know, the kids been excited about this week. They've accepted the challenges that the coaches have placed upon them, and they have responded, you know, with a great week of practice. And I hope it translates tonight.
Well, one of the things we've talked about in the lead up here as we get closer to kickoff, St. James versus Talladega, is the quality of teams that you have played, perhaps versus the quality of teams that Talladega's played. They're 1-3 in their record, and St. James looking for your first win. But the teams you have played in their record, I think this is right. They're 12-4. And it's just the opposite for Talladega. The teams they've played are 4-11, and 3 of those 4 wins are against Talladega. So you have played a tough schedule. There's no question about that.
That is not a question. You know, our first half of the season has been a really tough first half. You know, and I didn't know that about Talladega as far as looking at that statistic, but it is very interesting. However, you still got to play the game.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting better week to week, and they'll get a little better from last week, and hopefully we've gotten better from last week. So I'll know more around 9 o'clock.
Yeah, well, yeah. So will I. Can you talk a little bit about Talladega in terms of what we'll see from them on offense and defense?
Yeah, you know, they're a hybrid offense where they're running a little bit. It looks like a wing T type offense. You know, they got a lot of motions going on. They're big up front. They got pretty good skill players defensively. They run really, really good. So it'll be a challenge for us, you know, getting to where we need to getting to our spots offensively and defensively. You know, if we're controlling our gaps pretty good, I think we'll be okay. Pass wise, you know, they're not the greatest that we've seen, but they can throw the ball a little bit. But I think we'll be okay in the secondary against their pass. So we have a really good opportunity tonight to really turn this thing around.
Okay. Well, what about special teams? You know, talk a little bit about St. James and what we'll see from Talladega.
You know, interestingly enough, we have lost the special team game in my statistic book each week. And last week was really horrific because we allowed a kickoff for a touchdown. We did it against Catholic. And you can't do that because normally after kickoff, if you have 1 or 2 things happen, you either score or you're coming in out of a halftime. And to give a kickoff return back, you know, is not very ideal when you're trying to, you know, win a game or come back from a point deficit. But special teams wise, we're getting better. You know, we have compensated with putting some of our kids who don't start on the special teams, and we gotta make that adjustment. The kids who are actually getting all the playing time has got to stay on the field for one more play, in those special teams games, because they mean so much to us, and they can turn the game around right away.
Well, it's been a busy day, I know, as we sit here and get ready for a kickoff parade and the pep rally. How's all that gone today?
Chaotic.
The football coach doesn't like all the distractions, right?
No, not at all. I can't wait till about 30, 40 minutes from now.
Well, let's talk just kind of quickly about a couple of keys for St. James to get a victory tonight on homecoming.
Yeah, we got to control the ball. We can't go threes and outs. We got to establish offensively a rhythm. The last time I checked, the team that scored 1 point more wins, and we haven't been scoring a lot of points. So we got to put some points on the board. We feel like Talladega will get what they're going to get, but as long as we can control the offensive side of the dynamic, I think we'll be okay. And don't lose the special teams.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time, and I know it's been a busy and hectic week. Let's get homecoming victory tonight, Coach. Good luck to you.
Go Trojans.
We'll be right back. This is St. James Football on WRBZ.
If you want to see your money grow without a whole lot of fuss, well, you're sure to find some peace of mind at Riverbank and Trust.
Hi, this is Billy Wiggum with Riverbank and Trust. When you need a winning game plan for your finances, trust our home team of community bankers. From local banking expertise to newest innovations in technology, we have all the right strategies for your financial success. Experience the home team advantage for yourself at Riverbank and Trust, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All aboard for Healthy Smiles. At Dentistry for Children, they love to make kids smile. Dr. Schreiber and Dr. Thomas specialize in pediatric dentistry, treating infants, children, and patients with special needs. You can trust Dentistry for Children to provide the highest quality care for children of all ages. Beautiful smiles begin at Dentistry for Children. Call today to make your appointment with their professional caring staff. Dentistry for Children in Montgomery and Wetumpka, proudly making kids smile for over 40 years.
Nothing gets your attention like the pain you get when it hurts to walk. When you have that pain, reach out to Southern Specialty Physicians. Dr. Brian Sellers is a board-certified vascular surgeon with over 15 years of experience. And Dr. Brandon McCullum is an experienced podiatrist. Southern Specialty Physicians are working to keep Alabama walking. Located across from the AUM Water Tower on Sydney Curve and online at ssp.care.
Go, go, go. That's life. And at CB&S Bank, we help you keep up. We're redesigning financial freedom with the most sophisticated digital products. Check balances, pay bills, transfer funds, manage your card, and even deposit checks from wherever you are. Make purchases using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile device with Mobile Wallet in participating stores and restaurants. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
Well, we're back here at Carlisle Field, and it has begun to cool off just a smidge, about 82 or so, as we get closer to homecoming 2025, kickoff between St. James and Talladega on what is a big, big region game for both teams. St. James 0-4 and 0-2 in region play. Also, Talladega 0-2 in region play. They're 1-3 on the season, as we mentioned in the lead up. They're only win a 20-12 victory over Childersburg, and they've dropped games to White Plains, Booker T. Washington, and then last Thursday night to Cleburne County. So they've had an extra night to prepare. And as head coach Larry Ware said, Brad, in the interview just a moment ago, I said, "What's the day been like?" And he said, "Hectic."
It's homecoming week. The whole week has been hectic.
Yeah, it was funny. I paused thinking he would say, "But did it?"
But there was no but.
There was no but. He's looking at me. It's hectic.
Well, I was privy to some of the homecoming shenanigans this week.
Were you?
At a local establishment with some parents pre-gaming, and they have video. Like, all right, student body, listen. The parents these days, they absolutely have 4K high def video. So
yeah, we need to stop all that.
It ain't like the old days, man.
It's not like it was in 2007 and 8 when Perry and Sydney were.
Yeah,
were
apparently
here in high
mustard
school.
and cat food is a big thing these days.
Well, I know this much. I was on my run last night out here on the east side, and even it's 66. Unless you're careful, if you step on eggs on the sidewalk,
Yes,
it's slippery.
It's slippery.
Yeah, let's get back to football here on Homecoming 2025. If you're with us on Facebook, you'll see that the Spirit line is out there and ready to go for St. James. The Trojans back behind us in the locker room, and they'll be heading out in just a moment. As we discussed with Coach Ware, this is a football team that has struggled on offense, and I think it's close enough to game time now to say that we expect to see not subtle differences, but significant differences in the way St. James approaches things on offense tonight. Unable to get enough time, let's just be honest, to throw the ball downfield. And you either find a way to get time or you abandon that and you shift your passing game. You try to run a little more downhill. Try to limit how long your offensive linemen have to hold their blocks. And I think we'll see some of that tonight as St. James tries to find a way to get some points on the board.
Yeah, and it'll be successful if we can get into rhythm.
That's right.
If we can get into a rhythm of making the blocks, picking up 3 or 4 or 5 yards, looking for an opportunity to throw here and there. We get into a rhythm, St. James will be okay tonight.
Well, and one of the challenges for this coaching staff is the captains are meeting out at midfield, and Brad will keep an eye on that. But one of the challenges for this coaching staff has been that I may be proven wrong. I don't think I will be. St. James has played the best 4 teams they're going to play.
Yeah.
Montgomery Catholic, even though they're 1-3, let's wait and see where they are at the end of the season in Class 5A. Montgomery Academy still undefeated. Hanley 3-1. Their only loss to the number 2 ranked team in 5A, Clay Central. That's their only loss. And then Bullitt County undefeated. So St. James has played a very, very tough schedule. The teams they've played so far are 12-4 on the season, and the remaining of the schedule, they're 9-12.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot ahead of this football team in the season, but this is a mental game as much as it is physical, and this game is very, very important for the rest of the season. Get a win here tonight, and St. James has got a new lease on life. Trinity comes here next Friday night. You don't have to worry about these guys being ready to play next Friday night. So
not against Trinity.
If somehow St. James could get out of here tonight, then this can still be a productive, positive football season for these 12 seniors.
Gotcha. Yeah, no doubt. I'm looking out. That's your defensive leader and your offensive leader right there. Miles Zukowski, number 30. Grant Phillips, your captains tonight in this game. And those are the guys that are going to make this game happen tonight and keep the attitude and the effort for the offense and the defense rolling. And we just got to have it tonight. This game is really important for the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Talladega won the Talladega. I got in trouble, Brad, by the way. I said Talladega at home. It's Diga.
It's Diga.
It's Diga. I've gotten strict instructions. But Talladega won the toss, and they deferred to the second half. So St. James will get the football. And I got some good news for you, Brad.
Okay.
Last week and the week before, of course, I didn't listen to my Friday morning music. I didn't listen to the Friday morning music, the Montgomery Academy game, because I was out of town, and didn't listen to the Friday morning music on opening night against Catholic.
Okay.
But this morning, as the Trojans come on the field in their blue uniforms, this morning, Brad, we listened to the football Friday music, and I know you can remember those 3 songs. Let's try it.
Oh, no, don't
kickoff.
do this to me.
It's every year. It's the same songs.
Basket Case?
Dixieland Delight.
Dixieland Delight.
Basket Case. And all I do is win, no matter what. Come on. So I'm feeling better.
So you're feeling better.
Nobody else in the stands may be feeling better about tonight.
I'll
but
tell you who's
Sonny
feeling
is.
really good right now. It's Max Ward, number 64.
Yeah.
He was pumped up running over, doing the run through with his teammates right there.
Oh, I need to make sure you know something. Dawson Knowles was not able to go last Friday night, able to go tonight. But if you start looking for him in as 56. You're not going to find him.
Uh-oh.
He's
Don't do
wearing
this to me.
87 tonight.
All right.
Going to be playing some wing back and tight end in addition to playing defensive tackle.
I like it.
That's
I like
part of some of the changes, and we're going to find out whether or not St. James, the changes on offense can be successful because the Trojans are going to get the football here at Carlisle Field. Talladega will defend the south end zone. St. James stands in the north end zone. Back deep for the Trojans. That's Benton Alford and Mason Craig standing at about the 10-yard line. And we are pretty close to getting a football in the air here at St. James. And an outstanding crowd here tonight on Homecoming 2025.
And here we go.
To boot it away is Gage Stevens for Talladega. And this ball's going to hit at about the 25, taken there, and Mason Craig will stumble forward to the 29-yard line. Just a little pooch right there. And the Trojans will start their end of the field. We expect to see Mason Craig at quarterback. Grant Phillips will be at tailback, either he or Miles Zakowski. We'll keep our eyes open on that. They do mark the ball at the 29 for the Trojans. Beautiful night for football. Not a cloud in the skies. It begins to get dark here. I remember 4 weeks ago it didn't get dark till halftime. Hands under centers, Mason Craig. Trojans will shift.
There we go.
And
Penalty.
Talladega jumps in to the neutral zone. We're glad you're with us here on WRBZ. If you're on the app, if you're listening on the website for WRBZ, or with us on Facebook or YouTube. And kudos to upstairs to Jay Knowles operating the camera, and we'll have the opportunity to see some replays during the night. Hopefully some replays of big St. James offensive moves. It's 1st and 5 after the penalty. The Trojans will shift again. Phillips and Zakowski in the backfield. Craig with his hands under center. Trojans with a little buck sweep with running room. Go to the 40. Go midfield. Grant Phillips with more running room. He sidesteps a man, and he's down to the 35.
Man, that's
First
beautiful.
down, St. James. Just the old buck sweep out of the single wing, and they didn't lay a hand on him until he passed the 50-yard line. First down, St. James. And you're saying, why are we screaming about a first down? St. James has 38 first downs on the entire season, 17 of those against Montgomery Academy. So the other 3 games, only 7 first downs a game. What a good start here on offense. The ball at the 34. Trojans shifting again. And out there's Dawson Knowles at tight end. Same play, other way. Phillips cuts back. He broke a tackle.
Yes.
Phillips inside the 30 to the 27.
Great
It'll be a
job.
pickup of about 7 or so. It'll be we're going to call it 6. It's 2nd down and 4. We're early, just getting going. If you've joined us, St. James and Talladega, nothing. The Trojans with the football on the 28. Wide receiver this way is Benton Alford. Trojans with a tight end and a wing back in that single wing formation. Zakowski straight ahead, running room, first down.
Beautiful.
Inside the 20 to the 19, just off left guard. Running out there behind Will Steenwinder and Max Ward. The center for the Trojans is Jack Caradoni. And on the right side, Landon Wiggins and Jake Green. That's the starting offensive line. Tight end for the Trojans is Dylan Hines. Hands under center again is Grant Phillips on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Zakowski. Hit a man at about the 14 down to the 12. It's going to be 2nd and about 3. St. James blocking them at the point of attack, and I hadn't said that all year.
Yeah, great blocking up front, man. Just driving those guys off the ball, and everything's looking good so far. I mean, we've picked up a good 40 yards of offense here, 45 yards of offense.
All right, Michael Hassel brings a play in for the Trojans. Just one wide receiver. Same play, Zakowski stood up right there then. Trojan center unable to get a push there on that big nose guard.
Yeah, he's a big
one. Looking for him. There he is. Caleb Green, listed at 5'9", 315.
It's a fire plug, isn't it?
Yeah. Moving him out of there is going to be tough. We just need to turn him one way or another. All right, Brad, first big play of the game. Big play of the game. It's 3rd and 3 Got to get inside the 10 from the 13. Running wide is Phillips. Got the first down.
Yes!
Touchdown. Grant Phillips from the 13. And the Trojans take the lead with 9:19 to go. Phillips on a 13-yard run. That's a 6-play drive for the Trojans, all of them on the ground.
Nice. Great confidence builder for this team.
Dylan Hines will kick the extra point. Andrew Shalata will hold. St. James on the south end zone. Salata's ready. Calls for it from the center. Snap's good. The hole's good. The kick is good.
Beautiful.
Just like that, St. James 7, Talladega. Nothing will be back in 60. This is St. James football on WRBZ.
When you speak with patients at Just for Grins Orthodontics, you hear things like, the staff is great. My daughter's teeth look perfect. I've been using them for over 2 years, and my service has been nothing short of amazing. Or, my teeth have always made me a little self-conscious. Just for Grins fixed that, and not only do my teeth look great, they make me feel great. If you or your family need braces or Invisalign in a lively environment using the latest technologies with over 3 decades of experience, let's make the smile of your dreams a reality. Visit justforgrinsortho.com.
From all the employees at Adams Drugs, we want to say thank you to those who already trust us with your health care and prescription needs. If you are looking for a pharmacy, we would like to invite you to visit our website, adamsdrugs.net, and find a location nearest to you. We have 12 locations in the River region with services such as wellness screenings, blood pressure checks, and compounding, just to name a few. Please come in and experience the Adams Drugs difference. We look forward to serving you and your family.
So far, so good for St. James. Trojans score in 6 plays. Ford Bass will kick off for the Trojans. The ball across the way on the hash mark. St. James with all starters out there, including both quarterbacks, both starting wide receivers. St. James trying to cover these kicks and avoid a big play, taking it about the 25. Running room across the way. St. James is going to get the return man, and that was Smith down at the 38.
Yeah, Steenwinder on the tackle, wrapped him up, put him on the ground.
All right, let's see how the Trojans respond here on defense. Brad, that's the Trojans have the lead for the first time all season.
First time all season? Wow.
All right, up front for St. James, same guys on offense. It's Max Ward and Steenwinder and Landon Wiggum. We look to see Andrew Sellers out there some. He played pretty well last Friday night. Talladega, you'll hear a lot about Malik Smith and Logan Stevenson. Smith is at the quarterback position, calls for it. The snap's high, drops the ball. Chased back by Zakowski. He gets away and throws that one in the middle of the field, and I think that's going to be intentional grounding. They look at each other. That's going to be incomplete.
They didn't throw a flag?
No. There was no one over there except Steenwinder, and he is in all blue. By the way, I didn't say that. St. James in their all blue uniforms, trimmed in gold and white numbers, white helmet with the Trojan insignia on the side. Talladega in white pants, no stripes. You know how I feel about that. White jersey, red numbers, hard to read, and a black helmet. Second down and 10. Smith under center this time. St. James digs in. They'll run straight ahead. Nothing.
There we go.
Knife down by Henry Wright.
Henry Wright. We're going to hear that name a lot tonight. Henry Wright, junior, 6'1", 272. And he had a great game a couple of weeks ago when we called.
That's right, against Montgomery Academy.
Yep.
Played well last Friday night, too. This football team just needs a little something to get to be positive about. All right, third down and 10. Let's see if St. James can get off the field. Trojans lead 7-0. In a little cover one, only one safety deep. Rolling left is the quarterback, Smith. He's going to – there's a holding call, I thought. Pass is completed across the way for a first down. That lefty picked it.
Yeah, he did.
Across the way, Shalata on the coverage, but that's That's a first down.
20-yard gain, first down.
Across midfield into the Trojan 43. Little nifty ball work there. Hid the ball on his hip, did the quarterback Smith.
Yeah, he had two guys open underneath, but just chose to go for the long guy and made a great strike.
Completed to Alex Taylor. All right, 1st and 10 from the Trojan 43. The snap is high and over the quarterback's back. Trojans drive, and now he flings it downfield again, and literally that would have been a 30-yard loss.
Turned it into an incomplete pass.
Yeah. There are two fumbles that have not bounced the Trojans' way. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
But one thing you do when you got a shifty runner like that, you don't tackle his shoulder pads.
No.
You tackle that number.
You
that number's not going to move very much.
Tackle right there at the waist.
Right
it's
there.
going nowhere.
And don't let them shuck and jive you.
2nd down and 10. St. James again, no deep help from the safety. Quarterback Smith running off right tackle. Got room. Turn the edge out there, boys. Got him down, but I think it's going to be a first down.
Yeah, I think you just bumped him out of bounds. We had a chance to make the tackle a little short. We got a flag, though.
No, there is a flag.
Looks
That's
like
in a place where it's normally holding.
Mm-hmm.
If the play stands, it'll be a first down for Talladega. It's holding against the Tigers. So St. James is going to take that.
That's their second penalty on the night for 15 yards.
Did you just hear JR say Talladega? I talked to him about the instruction I received, and so we got the PA man and the play-by-play man being real careful. And speaking to JR, I want to thank him and Wes Stewart again for the last 2 weeks on the road, bringing St. James football to you. Brad, it seems like it's been a month since we called football, and I may be calling it like I'm out of practice, but we are grateful for JR and Wes keeping the broadcast on the air. It's 2nd down and 20 back on the 47 on the Tiger side of the 50. Smith rolling left, looking. He'll fire this one, and it's caught.
No way.
Across the 40 or near the 40. Going to be a first down. No, it's not. It's going to be short. No, excuse me.
Somebody's on the ground.
It's going to be 3rd down. Stingwinder's shoe came off. St. James playing with an extra man up front. You know, the St. James calls timeout. I'll keep it right here. The Trojans playing with, with the rover or free safety, which St. James calls Trojan.
Okay.
He's playing on the line of scrimmage to give St. James an extra man to cover a gap to stop this football team from running. That means they're man-to-man with no help out there on the passing game. And Talladega has so far been able to connect. That's 2 nice completions, but it's going to be 3rd down and about 8 when we come back from this timeout. We kept it here because we expect in another minute we'll get the Heat timeout. 6:58 to go in the quarter.
Well, I just noticed something.
Yeah.
Your head coach called the timeout, and your head coach huddled up with the defense.
Defense out there on the
Not
field.
your defensive coordinator.
Out there on the field.
On the field with that defense.
All right, the ball at the Trojan 41, the line to make the 37. Smith flings this one long, and it's caught again. Oh, my goodness. All the way down to the Trojan 3.
Not sure
I
what
will
happened.
say to you, he just threw that ball as far as he could.
Yeah.
And he was the old guy that used to coach in Tuscaloosa when I was in college. Would have said he looked like he was out to practice early. St. James has got 12 men on the field. If they don't score here, this one's coming back anyway. Look at the pancake block in the end zone.
Yeah, it's a double-team pancake block.
They took Max
Having
Ward.
played defensive line, I know what that feels like. But what you do is just drop.
Yeah.
Drop.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't let them do that to you.
Now, Max is going to get a chance to get his breath after being driven all the way back in the end zone.
Come on, boys.
St. James had not 12 but 13 men on the field, and they didn't call it. The 2 guys were running off. They weren't in the play. It's 2nd down from the Trojan 6. Smith sprinting outside. Pitch at about the 2 and driven back. He's not going to get there. It's going to be third down. There's a flag, too. If it stands, it'll be third down and goal from about the 2, but that flag somewhere it should be holding.
Another
It
hold.
is. It's another holding.
I think we got a little wrestling match going on.
Yeah.
And so they're getting their hands outside and they're wrestling and moving our defensive linemen around. And that was a really easy call. I mean, there was nothing difficult about that holding call.
I want to mention Andrew Sellers in there at nose guard. Sellers, a sophomore at 6'6", 285. And as we mentioned, acquitted himself just fine last Friday night in his first real action of the season. St. James getting a little more beef in there. The ball all the way back out at the 12. So a second and goal from the 12. Talladega looks to the sidelines. It's 5:36, and now
they're moving the line of scrimmage
all the way back to the 15. We should get a heat timeout after this play, I think. Hands under center is the quarterback. They'll run a little trap inside and didn't fool anyone.
Beautiful.
On the tackle out there is Luke Catchings.
Wow, Luke.
Nice play. Catchings dropped him for another loss. Go ahead, Brad.
He didn't over pursue. He just sat there and held his ground and saw what was coming at him.
I
Great
mentioned
shot.
Catchings 3 weeks ago when you and I were together. I know that young man loves playing football because I said then everybody who sees him tells him he's not big enough. But he's playing anyway.
He played it perfect there.
All right, it's third and goal from the 16. Trojans lead 7-0. Trying to make a stop here. Rolling left to Smith over the middle. Caught. Broke a tackle. Touchdown.
Golly.
That's going to be a 16-yard TD pass. St. James selling out on the run. Smith to Taylor. And it's 7-6 with the extra point to come. 4:39 to go in the first quarter. Wow. That's 4 completed passes on that drive. Extra point will be attempted by Stevens, and that's high and long, and let's make sure it's no good.
No good.
Tell you what, we'll take a 60-second break. We'll be back. Trojans lead 7-6.
A fire can spread through your home or business in less than 2 minutes. That's why it's important to think ahead and have the proper fire protection installed before it's needed. Brendel Sprinkler Company can inspect your current system and help make sure that you have the proper equipment when it's needed. Brendel works in new construction, existing homes, and renovations. They not only want to help extinguish fires, they want to save lives. Since 1960, with over 5,000 successful installations. Find them online at brendelsprinkler.com.
Confidence, experience, credibility. When your family is at stake, you need an attorney who's built a reputation on these 3 words. Katie Steenwinder. Whether it's divorce, custody, adoptions, or child support, Katie Steenwinder. Serving clients from Prattville and Wetumpka to Montgomery and Elba, Katie Steenwinder has developed her reputation with credibility, experience, and confidence. Call the law office of Katie Steenwinder in Montgomery, 262-2844. When your family is at stake, Katie Steenwinder. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Offered deep for St. James, along with Mikhail Delbridge for the Trojans. This one's squibbed. It'll be taken at the 45 by Henry Wright. He'll fall on it to 43, and the Trojans will have great field position.
Yeah, I like that spot.
Yep.
The 43-yard line. That's a good place to start.
Well, let's see. We've played just short of 8 minutes. Trojans have 81 yards in rushing offense, and Talladega has 72 yards of offense, more than each of them had in their last game. Hands under center again is Craig. Trojans shifting again. Talladega still in cover 2 back there, Brad. Running straight ahead. Phillips got about 2 on that buck sweep again. Salada's just a wide receiver. His job is to run that corner out of there. Plays brought in for St. James by Michael Hassel. You stay with us at halftime. We'll have live coverage of the homecoming festivities here at Carlisle Field. The ball right at the 45, 2nd and 8, right in front of us. Little counter. Zakowski lowers his head. First down and more.
Nice.
Zakowski fighting to the 43.
Well, I'll tell you, Zakowski is a determined senior that wants to have a great season, the best season they can, man.
If there's ever been anybody who plays their heart out, he is the guy. First down, St. James at the Talladega 43. 3:35 to go in the quarter. Stations will get you a break at the end of the first quarter. Hands under center. Rolling right. It's the quarterback, Craig.
Good call.
Got inside the 40 to the 39. You're right. Nice call. They faked the handoff. Pickup of 3 just to the 40. Ball right in the center of Carlisle Field. The big Trojan script logo in white and blue. Salada will bring the play in for St. James. That's 3 runs. St. James has run 9 plays, all of them on the ground. I know our friend Jimmy Perry's listening. This is how we played offensive football during his first few years as coach. And there's another hole. Zakowski dives inside the 35.
6-yard gain.
Going to be 3rd.
That was Zakowski.
Yep, Zakowski.
Nice.
3rd and about a yard. The ball's at the 34, and the Trojans will need to get to the 33. So my guess is we've got two snaps to get this, Brad.
Mm-hmm.
Out over the center. Over the football is St. James center Jack Corderi. Hands under center is Craig. Straight ahead, Zakowski hit right in the hole. He didn't get there. I'll say this much: we're doing fine running outside. We're not blocking that big boy.
No, it's not. Yeah, no gain.
It's going to be 4th and a yard.
4th down, about 14.
We'll circle this. This is the
Zakowski's limping.
Yeah, this is the first big play of the night for the Trojans. Can't afford to lose Zakowski out there on defense.
And they're going to stunt the gaps. They started doing it on this drive.
Yeah, they're all standing in there a little outside, and we're fine to go. They tried to run the freeze play, tried to get the Tigers to jump off sides. The play clock down at 7, and I think St. James is going to call timeout. All right, so let's set it for you. When we come back, it'll be 4th and about a yard from the 34. Just outside the 34. That last carry by Zakowski may have lost half a yard. But just need to get it from just outside the 34 to the 33. I mean, it's 3 yards and a smidge.
I mean, intuitively, you want to go straight ahead.
Yeah, but no.
But it may be a great idea to bounce this thing somewhere.
Yeah, just a little fake.
A little crease, yeah.
That's all we need. Interesting, Grant Phillips just took a practice snap here on the sidelines. We'll see what that means for the Trojans when they come back. Big play here for this football team. Again, trying to right itself, I would say, for sure. I think somebody's trying to give you a hot dog, Brad. I caught the second one. All right, here we go.
Thank you to my
4th
wife.
down in a yard. Here comes the blitz straight up the middle. They run it outside. Zakowski got it.
Great job. Great job.
They're gonna have to give him a little break because he doesn't have to play every play on offense. He must play every play on defense. Ball at the 32, so he got it, but not by much. Tigers stacking the line of scrimmage. Where by the time St. James snaps this one, will be inside a minute to go in the first quarter. Trojans lead 7-6. Craig is at quarterback now.
Uh-oh.
Timeout for the Tigers. Tell you what, we'll take a quick 1 minute break. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is St. James football on RBZ.
If you're looking for commercial real estate, Moore Company Realty is your go-to choice. The experienced team has a deep understanding of local markets and can help you find the perfect commercial property for sale or lease. They also offer comprehensive commercial property management services to ensure your investment is well taken care of. Their expertise and dedication to client satisfaction has allowed them to thrive for over 130 years. Find out more at moorecompanyrealty.com.
When most people think of landscaping, they picture a few shrubs and a patch of grass. But at Tanner Landscaping, we transform spaces into lush, vibrant paradises. Based in Pike Road, our family-owned business specializes in both residential and commercial landscaping and irrigation. Our talented team is dedicated to making your landscape dreams come true. Find us on Facebook at Tanner Landscaping, LLC. We are proud supporters of St. James football. Go Trojans.
After the Tiger timeout, it'll be 1st and 10 Trojans at the 32. This will be play 7 of this drive. Hands under center is Craig. Running the little buck sweep again, and nothing for the Trojans. Be a loss of a couple of yards.
The linebackers are
Cameron Hartley carried the ball then. Yeah,
they're not being fooled anymore.
No, St. James is going to have to throw the ball. I don't think there's any question about that. Going to have to show you're willing to throw it. A loss of a yard. It's 2nd and 11, and I'm not sure the Trojans. Yep, they'll have to snap it just before the quarter concludes. Stay with us at the end of the quarter. We'll check some scores. Craig, hands under center. Straight ahead again. Grant Phillips, nothing. We'll call for a face mask, but I don't think he did. And that's going to be the end of the quarter. When we come back, it'll be 3rd down for St. James. Trojans lead 7-6. Brad, you want to take a look at some scores?
Yeah, let's look at some scores from around the region. We got Alabama Christian playing Prattville Christian tonight, but we have no score in that one. Tallahassee 3, Bullitt County 0 in the first quarter. Montgomery Academy in the first quarter. Montgomery Academy 14. Northside Methodist Academy. Any idea where that is?
In Dothan.
Mississippi. Oh, Dothan. Northside Methodist Academy 6. So MA 14, Northside 6. Catholics with Charles Henderson tonight, no score. Trinity is with Slocum on the road at Slocum, no score there. Booker T. Washington 0, Claiborne County 7 in the first quarter. Handley 7, Munford 0. First quarter score there.
Well, that's a bit of a surprise. The Cleveland County score. You said that version. Cleveland County Tigers lead Booker T. Washington 7-0.
Yep.
And Booker T. Washington 2-0 in the region. Cleveland County defeated this Talladega team last Thursday night, 27-8. This is a pretty big play for St. James right here. The ball's at the 32. They've put the ball down at the 32. That's not really where it goes. But we'll see if they leave it at the 32. Should be back at the 34.
Yeah, I have the 33 on my chart.
Yeah, let's see if they catch it. Yeah, now they're going to pick it up and move it back half a foot.
Half a foot, yeah.
All right, here's a big 3rd down play for St. James. Let's see if they can get time to throw the football. Rolling to his right. Looking is Craig. He's going to run it across the 30 down to about the 29, and that's going to be it. It'll be 4th from the 30. From here's a 47-yard field goal. I don't think St. James is going to try that, and don't believe they'll punt it away either. Zakowski in the game. Grant Phillips out. Mason Craig's going to need time to throw the football. Tight end and that single wing across the way to the wide side of the field. Craig rolling to his right with time, looking, fires it into a crowd and incomplete. Hines, 2 guys, maybe even 3 guys on him, throwing into the crowd on 4th down. St. James converted 1 4th down, but unable to convert a second one, a 4th and 8.
Yeah, they've adjusted their defense, looking everything inside the tackles. The linebackers are really firing upfield. They're not afraid of anything. So we've got to figure out a little bit of a way to keep them on their heels and keep them honest.
I don't think there's any question about that. Going to have to be able to throw. I mean, not just now, but going to have to be able to throw next week and beyond enough to keep the defense backed up. Tigers get the ball here right in front of us at the 30-yard line. Here on the near hash. Running wide with room. Hit near the 37 by Luke Catchings. He drives him back, but that's going to be a pickup of about 6, maybe even 7. Yep, they'll mark it at the 37. So that's going to be a pickup of 7. It's 2nd and 3. 7-6 as we get started here in the second quarter. Talladega, nothing fancy. That was just handed off to Cordell Curry. Malik Smith in there at quarterback. Calls for it. Snap, bounce to him. Running room.
Oh, no.
Don't get him down. He's going to be, there's holding right there. No question about it. Zakowski got tackled from behind.
Yep.
I mean, when they hand off to the running back here going wide, I think he's getting nothing because I see a blue uniform on the right angle with him, and then the blue uniform disappeared. The running back, Curry, picked up more than a first down, but this is going to be holding. That's the 3rd holding call against the Tigers.
They've got four penalties on the night for 35 yards.
Well, that one ends up being only about a 2-yard penalty net.
I believe St. James is clean.
So far, yes.
Yeah.
It'll be 2nd down, and we'll call it 4 for the Tigers. That holding was downfield. Not quite as far as they marked it off, but it was downfield. The ball at the 36. Zakowski and Wright are the linebackers. Catchings at safety, along with Grant Phillips. Rolling left is the quarterback, Smith. Chased and dropped. He fumbled the ball. Zakowski's on it.
Dylan Hines.
No, they called him down. They called the quarterback down.
No way.
Literally, that's the 3rd disaster that the Tigers have dodged.
Good night.
2 bad snaps over the quarterback's head on the first possession. Both times he was able to scamper back and fire the ball out of bounds, not to lose yardage, and there was able to I guess he had his knee down when he picked up the ball.
Well, great play by Dylan Hines. Outstanding play.
Yeah, we'll mark this all the way back to the 25, and the Tigers will call another timeout. We'll take a quick 30-second break. We'll be back in 30. Trojans lead 7-6.
When a sports injury has you sidelined, Baptist Ortho Now offers comprehensive orthopedic care with no appointment from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with board-certified specialists treating injuries and expert physical therapists administering everything from sports medicine to everyday recovery treatment. Baptist Ortho Now, getting you off the bench and back in the action. East Chase across from Target.
Big play for the St. James defense on the touchdown drive by the Tigers. They converted 2 3rd and longs. And here's another one. It's 3rd and 15. The ball at the 25. They've got to get it out here to the Tiger 40. 3 wide receivers across the field to the wide side. If you're watching us on Facebook, a blitz by the Trojans. Not going to get there. Now they are. He flings it as the quarterback Smith, but the Trojans have that defended as well.
Nice job.
That pass is going to be completed, but for no gain, and it'll be 4th down.
Who was that on that tackle?
over the far way over there that was catching. So I think, no, it was 5. You're right. That's Darian Williams on the stop. I'll say this much about the quarterback, Malik Smith. He will throw the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, there, St. James has him. He's going down. He just flings it.
We're going to get a pick.
Yeah.
If that keeps up, something disastrous is going to happen.
All right, we'll see what happens here. Back deep is Benton Alford for the Trojans. The punter stands only about 10 yards deep. The snap's high. The Trojans could have blocked that, I
thought
think.
we were.
Alford gets away from it. Trojans are going to have great field position at the Trojan 40. 8:22 to go before halftime.
Third possession.
Third possession up for the Trojans. Ball at the 41. St. James has not thrown. Well, they've thrown one pass. Trojans have 15 runs, one pass. Again, stay with us during halftime as we'll have coverage of the presentation of the homecoming court. If you're with us on Facebook or YouTube, you'll be able to see all the action. We know there's some proud grandmothers who contacted the school this week and said, Are we going to be able to see the halftime festivities? And the answer is yes. Craig, hands under center. Trojans shift again from the single wing. They're overloaded to the wing side, Brad.
Yep.
We need to run it back short. Zakowski lowers his head.
Sort of did that.
Got about 5. We need to run it this way here. I hope Zakowski gets a couple of hamburgers and about 4 Powerades at halftime.
Yeah, he's got 8 carries for 41 yards. He's your leading rusher on the night as far as carries. Phillips has 4 carries for 48.
Yeah, he's coming off the side looking for water. Salado will be split out here to the near side. The ball on the hash mark. Play clock down to 15. Trojans out of the huddle now. Picked up 5. It's 2nd and 5 for the Trojans. Craig still at quarterback. Hand it off. Nice move by Grant Phillips.
He had nothing.
2 guys penetrated, and Phillips just kind of took a stutter step and stood still and made them move and then cut inside them. He picked up 3 when he should have lost a couple.
Yeah.
We
got to get
As you
this.
said earlier, the defensive linemen just slanting in the gaps now. St. James got to make them pay. Got to find a way to make them pay.
Jet sweep.
3rd down and 3. 3rd down and 2.5. I don't know how much time we've had to install. This would be the time for the play that Coach Perry called Cowboy. The counter. We'll see what we get out of it here. Look where the safety is. The safety is literally 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. But Phillips has got the first down.
Wow.
And almost got past that safety.
Man.
First down for the Trojans. St. James up 7-6. Both teams scored on their first possessions. Trojans drove 81 yards in 6 plays. Grant Phillips scored the touchdown on a 13-yard run. And the Tigers scored in 10 plays, 72 yards, a 16-yard touchdown pass from Smith to Taylor. The extra point was no good. Trojans lead 7-6. Ball at the 43 of Talladega. Rolling left, looking out here is Phillips. That pass is caught.
Dylan
What
Hines.
a nice catch by Hines.
Dylan Hines.
Throw was a little high, but Hines went up and got it, listed at 6'3", and brought that baby down.
Yeah, well, he's a tall kid, man. He can get up there and get it.
First down, Trojans. Ball at the 28. First completion on the night.
16 yards.
The Tigers get the ball to start the second half. So this is an important drive here for the Trojans in their solid blue uniforms. White helmets. The little sweep out there by Ford Bass. Bass to the 15-yard line. First down again.
I think that's the right call. Stretch.
Exactly.
Stretch.
We're not – St. James is not really able to run right at them. Got to make these guys run from sideline to sideline. They'll get tired. Another first down for the Trojans. That's 3 on this drive, which started
Phillips?
at their own 41. No, that was Ford Bass. Bass on his first carry of the night.
I didn't have him on my sheet here.
Now he's in there giving Zakowski a little break, I think.
Great run.
Phillips with it, picking his way. Phillips inside the 10.
Pick your legs up.
And they'll score.
Yes.
Grant Phillips, 15
No
yards.
flags. No flags.
Grant Phillips, a 15-yard TD run. And the Trojans lead 13-6. That's nice.
Nice.
Throw one pass, complete one pass. They back up enough that you run the buck sweep to the short side of the field, and there's nobody home.
Nobody.
Dylan Hines, who caught a key pass on that drive, will attempt the extra point. I think they will. They'll
Player
take
timeout. Yeah.
They'll take the heat timeout here as well. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in 60. Trojans lead 13-6.
In challenging times, trust is everything. At the Bush Law Firm, they specialize in debtors and creditors' rights, offering expert legal restructuring for businesses facing bankruptcy. As one of only 2 firms in Montgomery County equipped to handle such cases, the focus is on guiding you through insolvency with precision and care. Restructuring for a brighter future starts here. The Bush Law Firm. Navigate your path to stability. Visit us online at bushlegalfirm.com.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Zaxby's is more than just a humble chicken joint. It's a humble chicken joint with the best sauces in the world. See, at Zaxby's, you don't just get their famous hand-breaded chicken fingers, fried to golden perfection with that flavor you know and love. At Zaxby's, you get the sauce. Dip, dunk, and drizzle with your choice of 12 different sauces like Zax sauce, tongue torch, and hot honey mustard. So if you want a whole lot of sauce, you need to find yourself a Zaxby's. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
I love that Zaxby spot, Brad. You know, they talk about the 12 different sauces they have for those boneless wings.
Yeah.
Hot honey mustard, man.
There we go.
In fact,
our guy Richard Connor.
Yeah, if you're looking for something to do at halftime, you could run to Zaxby's.
Zaxby's and get us
the hot honey mustard boneless wings. Dylan Hines will attempt the extra point for St. James. Saleta will hold it. That was high and long and good, I believe. I will wait and say, yep, Trojans lead 14-6 with 5:06 to go. All right, the Trojans 2 scoring drives, 159 yards, 181 yards. In those 2 scoring drives, 11 runs and 1 pass. See if the St. James defense can get the ball back and give the Trojans one more chance. I tell you what, it's made a big difference out there on the edge when we run to the side with the wingman. To have Dawson Knowles out there setting that, making that block and turning the edge defender back in so the Trojans can make the corner out there.
About 138 yards of rushing so far in the first half and 16 yards passing. When you needed a pass, you were able to get a pass. And it changed the momentum of the entire drive.
Somewhere I have the Trojans rushing stats for the season. I'll give you that when I find it. But it's not a whole lot more than what you have tonight for the season. All right, Hines will kick off now. Ford Bass kicked off after the first touchdown. 5:06 to go before the halftime break. Trojans lead 14-6, and that's what we're talking about. That was going to hit at the 1 and bounce in.
So every time I look down on the sidelines, number 16 catches my eye.
Yeah.
He is Jordan Williams, 6'5", 182.
Yeah.
Freshman.
Yeah.
Tight end, defensive end.
Yeah, good-looking athlete, and I suspect you'll see him playing a lot next year. This Trojan team, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, I think St. James dressed 33 tonight.
33.
Yep.
All
Everybody out there playing both ways.
Coach Ware having a very intense conversation with Jack Caradari.
Let's see who's in at quarterback.
He and Tommy.
Because the quarterback Smith was shaken up on the Trojan touchdown.
Yeah.
No red numbers on white jerseys, please. unless they're much bigger. Back to pass is Smith. He's got too much time.
Come on,
Too
guys.
much time. Throws this one long.
Pick it.
It's caught.
Good Lord.
What a nice. I'll say this. Alex Taylor can catch the football.
Just an athletic play, man. He can. Yeah, you're right. That's
10, 20, 30, 43 yards.
got to get a pass rush.
Yeah, that St.
Come on,
James,
guys.
no pressure on him there. All the way down to the Trojan 38, 455. St. James got to get some pressure up front. A different quarterback in there now for the Trojans. That's Stevenson, who we expected to play quarterback. Sprinting to the edges, Stevenson broke a tackle.
There we go.
But only gets a couple, maybe three. Max Ward on the stop for St. James.
3-yard gain. Second down.
Mark it at the 35. I will say to you, the Tigers are not going to punt from this end of the field. So
No.
we're looking at 4 downs.
Got to get a stop.
Clock's going to run.
Better than that, let's get a turnover.
Yeah, he is the quarterback Smith has saved the Tigers' life about 3 times with on plays with bad snaps. He's bootlegging out here. Trojans hit him as he throws and incomplete. And look who that was out there.
He got him at the right time.
Luke Catchings on a little safety blitz.
Yeah.
It'll be 3rd and 7. The ball at the 35. Got to get it to the Trojan 28. Wiggum back in. Sellers out for the Trojans. Up front, Stingwinder, Max Ward, Wiggum, and Dylan Hines for the Trojans. Let's see if they can dial up some pressure here. Cover 0, no deep help out here. Quarterback's going to keep it. Not much.
Nice.
Not much. Maybe a yard. Max Ward,
again.
and Henry Wright.
I mean, you really – that's what you want to see is your D linemen
making
those tackles.
All right, it's 4th. It's 4th, and I'm going to call it 5. I almost said smidge again. I counted today because I recorded the pregame. During the week, I listened to them this morning. I said smidge 5 times.
5 times.
There should be a smidge limit.
You need to get a thesaurus.
Yeah.
And find 3 words.
An itty bitty bit.
That mean.
All right. It's 4th and 5.
Here we go. Come on.
See if the Trojans can cover number 7 down here because he's thrown every pass to him. They roll away from him. Now chased and dropped.
Oh,
And the Trojans will get the football. That's Dylan Hines.
Dylan Hines.
Dylan Hines on a sack.
We're going to call it a sack. Outstanding play, Dylan Hines.
And the Trojans will get the football. Let's check the time for you. 3:02 to go.
Let's go score again.
That's right. St. James try to punch one more in before the halftime break. St. James has used 1 timeout. I know 1.
I think 2.
Well, this offense is not built for going 62 yards in 3 minutes. Doesn't mean you can't change up, though.
All right, 4th drive.
That's right.
Look at Shalate out here.
Oh, man to man all by himself. If you could get a little time to throw. Run that same sweep, and running room is Bass.
Oh,
he's
pulled him
pulled
down.
down from behind.
Almost a horse collar.
Yeah.
I don't think he got anything.
I thought he had plenty of running room.
Man. Nothing. Nothing at all.
It'll be 2nd down. Clock runs. 2:35. The Tigers get the ball to start the second half. We're glad you're with us here on WRBZ on a beautiful night for high school football. If you're not at a high school football game, you ought to be. Back to passes Craig, wide open out here, and it's caught by Dawson Knowles.
Way to go, Dawson.
Knowles kind of living the Vina Luna for an offensive lineman. Move to the single wing position this week and just caught the first pass of his career.
Nice.
1st down Trojans.
You know he's having fun.
You are not joking. The ball's at the 44. First down, Trojans. Clock runs 1:52. Benton Alford out there all by himself. If only you could get time to throw. Running it. Phillips outside. Made a block. Made a man miss across the way. Going to get the first down.
He sure did.
Across the 50, inside the 45. St. James got to hustle a little bit. Think he got out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock.
12-yard pickup.
Trojans running the football much better tonight. All right, the ball at the 44, 1:28. Now the clock's running. Not so sure why it stopped for so long, but the Trojans will take it. Rolling left is the quarterback. Going to sprint out here and throw it away.
The only prayer he had was Shalata,
and
on the
Shalata
back
was
side,
wide
but
open.
He had pressure.
He couldn't set his feet and throw
he
it.
wasn't going to be
There's
able
no
to
way.
throw across your body. It'll be a disaster.
He's rolling left here toward the sidelines. Shalata was wide open in the middle of the field, but a right-handed quarterback would have to spin his body and throw across while being chased.
Wasn't going to happen.
No quarterback on the planet's going to pull that off. Play clock at 15, 1:16 to go, 2nd and 10. Ball at the Tigers' 44.
All right, clock's down to 10.
Let's protect the football, gentlemen. Oh, way out. There we go. Way off the line of scrimmage for the Trojans, but they're okay now. Sprinting to the side.
Boy.
Is the quarterback, and
Yeah.
he's dropped back inside St. James territory. That's a sack, and it'll be 3rd down. Trojans call timeout quickly,
Boy,
but with 1:08 to go.
3 of the defensive linemen got through. Well, two of the defensive linemen and a linebacker.
He had no time there.
No time at all. Very interesting score just popped up. Handley 27, Munford 0.
Yeah,
And
not a surprise.
Yeah, that
If you were with JR and Wes last Friday night, that's not a surprise. We learned this morning Handley only dressed 74 last week, but have 103 kids playing football.
wow. Yeah, that's what he said this morning.
The rest of the kids up in the stands with their jerseys on. I assume that's the 9th graders.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then one of the honestly right now one of the best programs in 4A, Montgomery Academy.
Yeah.
34-6.
Yeah, 3A. Yeah.
3A, excuse me.
Yeah.
34-6.
Ranked 7th, I believe.
Yeah.
And they'll have a chance in the playoffs. I don't think there's any question about that. Now, Trojans call timeout here, but 1:07 to go, and it's 3rd and 17.
After the timeout,
So,
3rd down, 17 yards to go.
St. James again with 4 wide receivers in. Got to find an opportunity. The edge guy coming across the way, Brad.
Yeah.
Snap is high, and this one's going to be thrown and almost
That was almost
intercepted.
A disaster.
First pass, taken on the left side for catching incomplete.
Craig just hit as he threw the ball. I guess St. James is going to punt it. We'll see.
With 1 minute.
One minute to go. I think you have to. It's 4th and 15, but I don't see a punt team out there. You know, the St. James did early in the season do a quick kick.
Well, they just started the play clock. So what is
a little confusion?
Coach Ware talking to the ref.
Yeah. Play clock's running. It's at 15. I'm not sure. It's like St. James is just going to wait and call a timeout right before, or maybe they're going to take the delay penalty and punt it away then. I think that's what we're going to see. Well, St. James stayed in the huddle.
St. James will be penalized 5 yards for the latest game.
But the clock had stopped, so you didn't eat up any time.
Didn't eat up any time.
All right, big play for the Trojans here. Got to get this punt away.
Maybe he was just willing to do that to help them catch their breath.
Yeah.
Number 2, the quarterback, is also their punt returner.
Yeah, I think he drove the bus too. he is their guy. St. James with starters out there covering this punt. Snaps a little high, but Hines has got it. And that's a nice spiral. Going to hit at the 20. Trojans will drop the return man Smith at about the
Yeah.
18 across the way.
We had 5 or 6 guys right there on him. He decided he was going to take a chance, and it did not turn out well.
The ball's at the 19, 18.
19-yard line.
Again, you'll hear the voice of J.R. Brown here during halftime. He'll give you all the information on the homecoming queen in her court. But we've got a little bit of football to play, 48 seconds to go before halftime. We'll see how the Tigers choose to play it. St. James had an opportunity there, but once again, what we've seen all year, just really not able to protect the quarterback.
I know.
Just can't get enough time for the QB to be able to throw the football. It's going to be a problem going forward, but let's stay in the now. Smith rolling left, throwing out here, and in and out of the hands of the receiver.
I thought Grant Phillips was going to intercept it.
Me too. That's Taylor, who's made 3 big catches and then dropped that one.
Man.
Incomplete pass. 43 seconds to go. Trojans lead 14-6. Glad you're with us here on WRBZ. The ball right in the middle of the field on the 19. Tigers with 2 wide receivers this way. I'm going to keep my eye on 7 because that's who they're throwing it to. That's Taylor.
Got to get a pass rush.
Comes a blitz, safety blitz for the Trojans. Rolling left and throwing this one as far as he can, and that one is going to be incomplete as well.
And Grant Phillips step for step with him in a good spot.
I hope these guys have been hydrating all week.
I talked about that with my wife
Did
the
you?
way here. On the way over here. I said it's going to be a lot muggier tonight than
it's
it has
a little
been in
sticky.
some of our games.
Now I will say this.
But it's not bad.
This is the biggest crowd I've seen at a St. James football game in, since the quarterfinals of the state playoffs.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Was homecoming. We should have a good crowd here.
I mean, this is fabulous. Tigers will use a timeout.
We had
It's
alumni
3rd down.
cheerleaders out
We
there.
did have
we had
alumni
moms
cheerleaders.
out there. Jerry Gross was out there cheerleading.
My alumni cheerleader's not in town.
She's not.
She got a text from her dad. Hey, alumni cheerleaders are here. Where are you?
Where are you?
They're being a cheerleader dad. Pretty fun.
I bet it is.
All that traveling, getting to watch the games, and our bud Rich Williamson and I, all those years watching the cheerleaders.
Well, he had one that could play some football.
He sure did. Now saw him Saturday in Tuscaloosa. He can still play.
He's thick.
We
plays-
could use him setting the edge
We
right
sure
this minute.
could, man.
We're talking about Richard Williamson.
Richard Williamson,
the grandson, if you're an Alabama football guy, of Richard Williamson, the wide receiver, who, of course, roomed with Joe Namath. Here comes a blitz up the middle by the Trojans. Smith rolling to his right and throws it as far as he can, and oh, my goodness, it's just out of reach of that wide receiver, Taylor. All right, he threw that ball on the run 10, 20, 30, 40, about 45 yards. And he's on the run.
In a full sprint.
Because he was chased by Zakowski.
All right. We're going to get the ball back with probably 22 seconds.
Yeah. You know what I'm doing right here? If I've got a punt block at all, but because they're snapping it from the 19.
Yeah, we got to get
and
after
he's standing at the 9. Only 10 yards. He should be back 15. Let's see. Low snap. Trojans don't block it, but it's a low kick. It's going to go out of bounds.
21 seconds. All right.
Let's see how the Trojans elect to play it. The Tigers will get the football to start the second half. You notice how I'm avoiding saying Talladega? I'm saying Tigers.
Just going to say the Tigers from here on.
Here's the funny thing. What do they call the raceway in Talladega? Talladega.
Talladega.
It's called Talladega. And I didn't bring that up today when I was getting my instructions.
Is it spelled the same?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yes. But the raceway up there in North Alabama near the city of Talladega is the Talladega Raceway.
Raceway.
All right, back to the game. 21 seconds to go. Trojans lead 14-6 right before halftime. Football on the far hash mark, just touching the nose of the football on the 40. St. James without a timeout really only needs about 15 yards to try a field goal. Rolling right is Craig. Chase from behind. I hope you hear him coming, because if you don't, you're not going to get out of bounds. He got out of bounds.
Smart.
Pickup of about 6. 14 seconds to go. Second down, the ball now. All right, if you can kick a 40-yard field goal, you need to get the ball to the 23. So you need really about 11 more yards.
And give it a shot.
14 seconds.
Look at the overload on the left from the defense.
2 wide receivers each way, and here they come with a blitz again. Rolling away from it, it's Craig. Fires it wide open. It's Phillips, and just out of reach at about the 3-yard line.
He got away from the defender.
Yeah.
Man.
Let's see. 7.9 seconds to go. All right, Brad.
We have a timeout.
Brad, look on the field. Hines will attempt a 52-yard field goal.
Let's do it.
Do you think you have a fake?
Has he? Wow.
This would be a school record here at St. James on the last play, or what should be the last play of the half on third down. That baby's long enough, and that baby is no good.
No good. Just left. Just
Wow.
left. He had the distance.
That thing was more than long enough. And that's the end of the half.
Good try, man. Good try.
Wow,
Bill
what a
Hines.
kick. St. James leads at the end of the first half, 14-0. I'll recap real quickly. The Trojans scored on their first possession, a 6-play, 81-yard drive, the touchdown coming on a 13-yard Grant Phillips TD run. The extra point by Hines was good. The Tigers responded. They drove 72 yards in 10 plays, scoring on a 16-yard touchdown pass from Smith to Taylor. St. James answered early in the second quarter with a 59-yard drive, a 15-yard touchdown run by Phillips. The extra point was good, and the Trojans lead here at halftime, 14-6. We're going to take a 60-second break, and when we come back, we'll have the halftime festivities here at St. James School. Trojans lead 14-6. This is St. James football on WRBZ.
If you want to see your money grow without a whole lot of fuss, well, you're sure to find some peace of mind at Riverbank and Trust.
Hi, this is Billy Wiggum with Riverbank and Trust. When you need a winning game plan for your finances, trust our home team of community bankers. From local banking expertise to newest innovations and technology, we have all the right strategies for your financial success. Experience the home team advantage for yourself at Riverbank and Trust, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Has an accident cramped your style? At Montgomery Painted Body, we turn uh-oh into wow. Whether it's a tiny fender bender or total body repair, we'll have your ride looking stunning, maybe even better
Good
than
evening,
before.
ladies and
When I
gentlemen.
first
On
listened,
behalf
you'll
of St.
count on
James
us to
School, I'd
smooth
like
out
to
the
welcome
stress.
our
We
many
don't just
friends,
fix cars. We treat
alumni,
every customer like
students,
a family.
parents,
That's what
and
partners are
grandparents
all
to this
about.
evening's
From little fender
halftime
vendors to
homecoming
total body
presentation.
repair, visit
The
Montgomery
faculty,
Painted Body,
parents, and
East Shirley Lane
students
on
of
the
St.
East
James
Boulevard,
School
call
are honored to
270
present Homecoming
Montgomery Painted Body.
2025
Your vehicle
Trojans
will be
in
a-
Paradise. As is tradition, tonight's halftime activities will feature the presentation of the Queen's Court and the traditional crowning of the homecoming queen, accompanied by musical arrangements performed by the St. James Marching Band under the leadership of Mr. Andy Martin, Director of Bands. Also under the direction of Dr. Sally York, the St. James High School and Middle School choirs will lead us in the singing of the alma mater at the closing of the ceremonies. All past queens, as well as the crown bearer since the tradition began in 1980, are listed in your homecoming program. Tonight, we are delighted to welcome back Catherine Cat Long Black, queen of the very first SJ Day in 1971, and a proud member of our inaugural graduating class of 1974. While the 2025 Queen and her court prepare to walk from the east side to the home side of the stadium, may I draw your attention to the St. James sideline at the 50-yard line. I'd like to introduce some of the St. James School leadership team. First of all, Mr. Michael Jenkins, class of 1997, chairman of the board. And Dr. Larry McLemore, the head of school. In addition, let's meet the crown bearers for this year. Following tradition again, all crown bearers are daughters of alumni enrolled in this year's kindergarten class. Please step forward and wave to the crowd as I call your name. Ann Pelham Smith. There you go. Rebecca 2. And Rowan 2. And at this time, we also welcome home last year's queen, Miss Lily Everett, as she joins us for the announcement of the 2025 homecoming queen and her court. At this time, we will introduce the 2025 queen, her court, and their proud escorts. Beginning with the freshman class representative, Olivia Willis. Olivia is the daughter of Brittany Willis and Cole Willis. Tonight, she is being escorted by her father, Mr. Cole Willis. Miss Olivia Willis. From the sophomore class, Miss Mia Grace Zukowski. Mia Grace is the daughter of William and Paige Zukowski. Tonight, she's being escorted by her father, Mr. William Zukowski. Miss Mia Grace Zukowski. From the junior class, Miss Isabella Penny. Isabella is the daughter of Nigel and Haley Gunthorpe. Tonight, she's escorted by her father, Mr. Nigel Gunthorpe. Miss Isabella Penny. From the senior class, Miss Abigail Hunn. Abigail is a daughter of Tony Hunn and Annie Wynn. Tonight, she's being escorted by her mother, Mrs. Annie Wynn. Miss Abigail Hunn. And now the Queen's Court attendants from the senior class. First, Miss Sydney Johnston. Sydney is a daughter of Chris and Sherry Johnston. Tonight, she is escorted by her father, Mr. Chris Johnston. Miss Sydney Johnston. Next, Miss Emily Needham. Emily is the daughter of Audra Needham and the late Rob Needham. Tonight, she is escorted by her mother, Mrs. Audra Needham. Miss Emily Needham. And now it's time to introduce the 2025 St. James Homecoming Queen, Miss Chloe Taylor. Chloe is the daughter of Takenya Taylor and the late Nace Taylor. Tonight, she is escorted by her mother, Mrs. Takenya Taylor. Miss Chloe Taylor. Each St. James Homecoming Queen receives a Silver Revere Bowl. This bowl is presented as a personal memento to the Homecoming Queen by the St. James Board of Trustees and is being presented tonight by Mr. Michael Jenkins, chairman of the board. In addition to the silver bowl, the Queen's name will be engraved on the homecoming silver tray. This tray is on display in Furlong Hall. The current tray was donated by the 2013 senior class in an effort to sustain this special St. James tradition. At this time, last year's Queen, Miss Lily Everett, will perform the tradition of presenting a bouquet of roses to the new Queen. And now the moment for which we have been waiting, the crowning of our Queen for 2025. Dr. Larry McLemore, accompanied by our crown bearers, will now crown Miss Chloe Taylor, St. James Homecoming Queen for 2025. At this time, we ask for the entire audience to please rise if you're able for the singing of the St. James School alma mater.
Thanks, JR. We appreciate very much the opportunity to peek in on the halftime festivities, and congratulations to the entire court. We're going to take a 60-second break, and when we come back, we'll have the Trojan Spotlight interview with Ava Card, a high school student here at St. James. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is St. James Football on WRBZ.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in Alabama. So now you can get the great service and convenience of State Farm agent Breck Honey at an even better price. That's right. State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. State Farm agent Breck Honey is ready to help you save, Montgomery. Call my office today at 334-272-8423. That's 272-8423. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If you or your family is a landowner, here is an important thing to know from On Point Habitat Management. The best way to improve the aesthetics and wildlife habitat quality of your property is with a prescribed fire burn. On Point's goal is to never send the landowner a bill, but to use funding available from the Department of Agriculture to accomplish the goals for your property. Consultations are free. Applications for the funding is free. Reach out to them at onpointhabitat@gmail.com.
Welcome back to this week's Trojan Spotlight. I am so excited to have Ava Card with us. Ava graduated from St. James in 2024 and is in college at
University of Tennessee at Chattanooga.
Right, Tennessee Chat, or
Chat.
Playing basketball, and we're so happy to have her with us this week.
Yes, I'm so happy to be talking to you.
Yeah. So Ava, you graduated in 2024. You're in your sophomore year at UT Chat. Tell me a little bit about how you feel St. James prepared you for your collegiate journey academically, and we'll talk about athletically as well.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't that big of a transition for me just because of how hard like academics are, or just challenging academics are at St. James. And I feel like just in the organization side of things, I was really like put together when it came to when I needed to do assignments and turning it all in on time. So I really felt prepared coming into like a lot of the general education classes here at Chattanooga.
That's awesome. So your senior year, you spoke to our elementary students during one of the values assemblies. And I remember you talking about, I want to say you were probably during COVID years or right around there when you were like, had set a goal in your head that you wanted to go play basketball in college. And you talked about working hard and resilience and commitment and all of that. Talk a little bit about your journey now as a collegiate athlete.
Yeah. So I feel like coming from high school and then going into college, like that's always going to be an adjustment, and it's always going to be a challenge, but I think it was one of the most fun challenges. Like just always, just meeting new people, being in a new community, and being pushed like to my very hardest every single day in practice, and just getting better. Like ultimately, I started off as a little freshman, and then I came in and I just blossomed. I like played a lot of good like collegiate minutes, and I just feel like I've grown a lot as a person and a player. And yeah, it's honestly just it was an amazing freshman year for me, and I couldn't have asked for a better one, honestly.
Yeah, I follow y'all's team on Instagram, and every time they would post a video or, a story of you making a point or a basket, it just brought so much pride because I knew how hard you'd worked, and we just love you so much, and seeing you thrive in your chosen environment is just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is homecoming week, and so I want to hear a little bit about your favorite homecoming memories at St. James.
Oh, I would have to say homecoming week. My favorite homecoming week was definitely senior year. I just remember like dressing up like to the like funniest extent for senior year just because. And I remember me and Katie Brightwell, we did like Gatorade bottles, and it was like I don't know, like that's the first memory that pops in my head. Like we were around with like orange hats and like green suits, and it was really funny and cute. And then I was also on the court, so that was fun to just represent like my class and just like be out there just with all my other classmates and like supporting them all for Queen and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was fun. And yeah, I just really enjoyed homecoming week. It was like a lot of spirit and a lot of like dressing up and everything. So
yeah, you were beautiful on the court, and we also love seeing your dad have to get all spiffed up to escort you.
Yeah, he had to walk.
Yeah, we sure miss him around here. Although he was up here last week, and I know everybody loved seeing him. And I joke because I've run into him at the grocery store a few times. I'm like, "What, Coach Card out in the wild? What are you talking about?" And he always laughs at me. So
there he is.
Yeah. Let's see. What's your major at UT Chat?
Sports management.
Okay. What are you wanting to do after college?
I am not quite sure yet, but I've definitely thought about like coaching and kind of like taking that route. But I've also just thought about like other things in that field, even though I haven't really gotten specific with it, but just kind of in the realms of like the sports world, and just that's really the area that I've chosen, but I haven't really got specific with it.
Yeah, that's good. You've got time.
Yeah.
But I can totally see you in that field.
Yeah. Like that's what I'm passionate about. So I'm like, I think that's the field that I want to go in most.
Yeah. That's a good way to carry over your interest in sports and athletics and your own experience as a collegiate athlete too.
Yeah.
And, be in that industry. That's amazing. What, let's see. Okay. We've talked a lot about, and we still this year are talking a lot about the core values. And like I mentioned, you spoke at one of the elementary core values assemblies. Talk to me about how St. James values have kind of helped shape you as a person, even beyond St. James.
Yeah. So, the core values like character, commitment, courage.
Do you still know them?
Yeah, I still know them. I've heard them a lot. Yeah, I think just with the challenges of coming to college and like being a freshman, I think keeping those core values like in the back of my head are so important because you're going to go through a lot of trials. So like character really, like I feel like I've grown so much, and I feel like my character is what has kept me like in certain situations, just because I know who I am, I know where I come from, and I know like the certain values that I carry. And then same with courage, like not getting discouraged with like certain things. Like there's been a lot of things in a basketball season that can get you discouraged, but or even in academics. So just keeping that courage and being committed, like waking up, getting in extra shots still, and keep working hard, honestly, holding myself to like a higher standard every single day. So that's really where I like keep those values in my life.
That's awesome. All of those little moments maybe that could be discouraging or opportunities to build resilience and to realize what you're really made of. And, I think that's awesome that you push through those and you've learned that about yourself.
Yeah.
That's great. Let's see. Last question. Got to come up with a good one. What is your favorite St. James tradition and why?
let's see. I think I'm trying to think. I'm trying not to just spit out the first one that I think of.
There's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from. I'm thinking from like 8th grade to senior year. I think one of the ones that stick with me the most, or the two, would be when we traveled. So like in 7th grade going to Chattanooga, because it's like very much deja vu for me. I'm like, wait, I've been to this bridge. So going to Chattanooga, going to Washington, D.C., like I feel like those are memories with your class that will forever like stick, because you're just like out in the wild, hanging out with your class and learning about different things. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, good. Well, it warms my heart to catch up with you, to see your face. I know you're doing well at school. In fact, your mom grabbed me at one of the games last year, one of the basketball games, and said, "Your girl made all A's." And she was so proud of you. So I love hearing about that, and just knowing that you're thriving in the classroom and on the court, like always.
yes, I love talking to you.
Well, thanks for joining us this week, and go Trojans.
Great smiles start at Montgomery Dentistry on Woodner Boulevard. Doctors Anderson, Robertson, and Bittner have over 55 years combined dental experience and are proud to be an active part of the St. James community. Montgomery Dentistry accepts most major dental insurance plans, voted best dental practice for 8 years in a row. Ask them about financing options to allow you to get your dental care now and pay later. Located on Woodmer Boulevard. Follow them on Facebook and visit them in montgomerydentistry.com.
Back here at Carlisle Field, the St. James students and alumni having a great time on homecoming. Trojans lead 14-6. Both teams out here warming up as we get closer to starting the second half. Brad, let's look at the statistics from the first half.
Yes, the first half, we'll start with the rushing statistics. Grant Phillips, 8 carries, 85 yards. Stokowski, 8 carries, 41 yards. Mason Craig, 3 carries, 12 yards. Ford Bass, 2 carries, 18 yards. You had Hines with 1 carry for no gain, and Hartley 1 carry for -1. So that's 23 rushing carries for 155 yards. What a spectacular number. In the passing department, Mason Craig, 2 of 6 for 30 yards. We're catching those receptions. Hines, 1 reception, 2 targets for 16. And then Knowles with a fabulous catch from, the tight end position.
That's right. Technically from the wing.
From the wing. And he had one reception for 14 yards. Great catch. And we had Catchings was targeted twice for no catch, and then Phillips targeted once for none. So 2 for 6, 30 yards passing, 155 rushing, so 185 yards of offense on 29 plays.
Well, to put in context, the improvement in running the football tonight, in 4 games, St. James had a net coming into the night of 192 yards rushing.
Wow.
So 155 in the first half here tonight. The shift in offense has made a big difference. Clearly, Talladega didn't see it coming.
Yep.
Move to the single wing, some shifting. It gives you an extra blocker. They made some adjustments. The Trojans really not able now, after they put in an extra defensive lineman, to run inside the tackles.
That's right.
But even late in the first half, when the Trojans drove for the touchdown that made the score 14-6, they're still able to get outside. And I think that's one of the things you'll see St. James focus on here in the second half.
And let me tell you what the difference was in the rushing. If you look, Phillips' last 3 carries was 7 yards, 15 yards for a touchdown, and 12 yards. Zuck's final was for 5 yards. Mason Craig's last carry was for 6 yards. So
they're getting a little tired.
We're getting outside a little bit, and then of course Ford Bass had an 18-yard scamper. At one point.
And that's great to see him get a little yardage, because coming into tonight he had a grand total of 7 yards on 15 carries. But again, he was running inside. He's not the biggest guy out here for sure. Trojans lead 14-6 on the strength of 2. Grant Phillips touchdown runs, 1 of 16 yards and 1 of 13. Dylan Hines missed a 52-yard field goal to end the half. That was long enough.
Good kick.
Just a little wide. If you kick a 52-yard field goal in high school, you can kick in college.
You can kick in college.
That's the first field goal attempt of the season, by the way, for St. James.
It is.
It is.
No kidding.
First field goal attempt. Trojans will kick off. The Tigers will get the ball to start the second half. So it's a big possession for St. James, a big momentum issue here. Even though if you've been with us all these years that I've broadcast, I'm not a big believer in momentum. But St. James needing to make a big stop here. Looks like Hines will boot this one away. He kicked off only once in the first half. Mason Ford Bass also kicked off. The one kickoff by Hines did go into the end zone for a touchback. In an Alabama High School Athletic Association, you cannot return a kick that goes into the end zone. So one man deep back there for the Tigers, and that's that outstanding wide receiver, Alex Taylor, who had 4 catches in the first half, including one for a touchdown on just a little slant. All right, here we go. Trojans in their solid blue will defend the north end zone, and there's a football in the air at Carlisle Field. This one's not going to make it to the end zone. It'll be taken by Taylor at about the 7 with a little running room. Broke one tackle, but he'll go down.
Oh, yeah.
Henry Wright and Grant Phillips will drop him at about the 24. They'll mark it at the 26.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4 guys on the tackle.
Yeah. But much better coverage.
Much better. All right, here we go.
All right, the ball at the 26. Here on the near hash. All right, quarterback in there under center now is Smith. 2 wingmen, but they'll move before the snap and blow it dead.
Yeah, we had one of our guys umpiring on that one.
Yeah, he was waving his arms.
Yeah. I think it was Dylan Hines.
They'll march it back now to the 20, to the 21. It'll be first down and 15. That dangerous wide receiver is this way. That's Taylor. He's covered man-to-man out here by Isaac Caputo for the Trojans, trying a number of guys at corner. Running right, not much.
Nothing.
Drop for a yard at the most. Who's the bottom guys up there? I'm betting on Zakowski.
That was number 4.
It's Henry Wright.
Henry Wright.
A nice stop. Zakowski a little slow to get up out there, but we'll get the defense for you. In the secondary, it's Catchings, Grant Phillips, Caputo, and across the way, Darian Williams. The linebackers are Wright, Zakowski, and Mason Craig. We'll get the 4-down lineman for you in a second. It's second down and 14. Man in motion this way. Quarterback will keep it on a little zone read, and he got hit by Zakowski.
He ran straight into him.
Yeah. Defensive lineman for the Trojans is Steenwinder, Max Ward, Dylan Hines, and Landon Wiggle. And we'll send in Andrew Sellers here on 3rd down and 12 and give Max Ward a little break. Ball just outside the 25. Line to make is near the 36. So it'll be 3rd and about 12. Trojans got to get a little pressure on this quarterback. See what St. James can do here. Snap. Going to throw this one out here in the flat. Just make a tackle, gentlemen.
Got him.
He got the first down.
Got him. Good job, Henry Wright.
Just missed the tackle, and he picked up the first down. A nice conversion. All right, the ball at the 34. 4 wide receivers in there now. Quarterback will keep it on a little trap, running wide across the way, and he'll get about 4. There, Brad, that's 4 snaps, and in all 4 snaps, they had 4 wide receivers in the game.
Yep.
Ran the ball 3 times, trying to spread St. James out here and then run. Same play again. Quarterback running again. Tackle.
Good job.
Near the line of scrimmage.
Is that Zakowski again?
It is.
He's made, I think, 3 straight
tackles.
3 straight tackles.
All right, it's 3rd down again. Ball's at the 42, really barely back to the line of scrimmage that time.
And Zakowski's just getting in front like a step ahead of the blocker. Just a step ahead.
Well, I remember when he was a 9th grader and made a tackle on the kickoff, and I said, I'm going to like this guy. He's got a football name. All right, it's 3rd down and 7. Here comes the blitz again. This one's going to be caught right at the line.
What a catch.
I'm telling you, man, this Alex Taylor
looks great, doesn't he?
They're going to call him short.
Yeah, he's
It's
short.
4th and 1. Certainly not going to punt here. I mean, it's really not even a whole yard. It's right in front of us. The ball between the 42 and the 43.
Come on, guys.
And they need to get it just short of the 44. In fact, he picked the ball up and moved it. And now it might be a first down where he's snapping it from. Quarterback straight ahead, handoff, first down.
Yep.
Across the 50 to the 47. It's a second first down.
If you could have stunted that gap, you could have gotten them.
Carrying the football there was Cordell Curry, who had a nice run in the first half for the Tigers. Now they're going to try to speed up a little bit. Again, 5 wide receivers out there. Quarterback in there by himself. Back to pass. Smith is going to throw it and bounce it in front of the receiver out here in the left. Just a little comeback route. Smith's left-handed. I don't know why I haven't noticed that before now.
I just watched the way through that ball. Look, it was a little awkward looking. He had somebody almost in his face, but not terrible.
Check the time. 8:03 to go in the quarter. Trojans lead 14-6, but Talladega's made 2 first downs here to start the second half. They've changed their formation. They're staying in 4 wides. Same throw, and that was over the head of the receivers and incomplete. Now he completed 4 or 5 passes in the first half and 1 here in the second. Actually, 2 here in the second half. And 2 incompletes. But he just throws the ball. Like, those 2 wide receivers across the way, he just threw it in between them.
Yeah.
One of y'all guys go get it. And Alex Taylor's pretty doggone good at going and getting it. He's down here, man-to-man covered by Caputo. Let's see if they choose to go that way. On a 3rd and 10.
Timeout.
I think they're going to call timeout. I'll catch my breath. You stay with us. Trojans lead 14-6. This is St. James football on RBZ.
A Regions checking account can help you take your next step in life by giving you smarter, more convenient ways to manage your money. Open a Regions checking account today and bank safely and securely in a branch, online, on your phone, or with a phone call. You'll also love conveniences like text alerts, Regions mobile deposit, and our new bill pay system. Ready to move your life forward? To open a Regions checking account today, visit a branch or log on to regions.com/open now. Regions Bank. Message and data fees may apply to mobile services. Mobile deposit subject to fees.
Hi, I'm Shelly Nichols. If you see home ownership in your future, the future is now. Helping people get mortgages is what I do at Cross Country Mortgage. I'll help you find the home financing option that's right for you. Go to my website at ccm.com/Shelly Nichols and follow me on social media. Contact me today at Cross Country Mortgage about a home loan. Equal housing opportunity, subject to credit approval, NMLS 430123, company NMLS 3029, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
We're back here at Carlisle Field, and on 3rd down and 10, they tried to go to that receiver, Alex Taylor, and it was broken up by Capilouto. It might be a little shaken up, holding his hand out there. I think they're going to punt this ball away on 3rd and 10, but we'll see. Ball at the Trojan 47. And you really don't want to risk trying to block this one, but you should have blocked 2 punts in the first half. The guy's way back there easy. the snap is not very fast. Let's just say it that way. An arch on the snap. And this one off the side of his foot, if the Trojans will get away from it, this is going to be very short punt. See where they'll mark it. Trojans at their own 38. All right, first possession for the Trojans here in the second half. St. James leads 14-6. Again, 2 Grant Phillips rushing touchdowns in the first half. Tigers scored on their first possession and really haven't threatened since then. Shouldn't say that probably. Mason Craig is the quarterback.
The entire Max Prep app on my phone just went bonkers.
We'll get you some scores in a bit. Craig, hands under center. Single wing, running wide, sprinting out there, and dropped behind the line of scrimmage is Zakowski. Maybe lost a yard or so. Thought the Trojans had that side sealed out there, and the linebacker 25.
Shot straight through.
Jemison, listed at 5'11", 210, caught him from behind and spun him down. Ball across the way now. It's second down and 11, 7:06 to go. With the football, sprinting to the corner is Phillips. He's not going to get anything, not back to the line of scrimmage. All right, Brad, I don't think you will ever see 11 guys any closer to the line of scrimmage than they were on that snap.
Well, you really need a tight end drag, some kind of quick pass play to make them pay for it.
It's 3rd and 11, the ball back at the 37. 2 running plays, lose a yard. Mason Craig under center. They're coming on the outside again. Craig rolling right, looking, throws it to Saleta over his head.
Over his head.
Trojans are going to go 3 and out. Put that defense back out on the field. Had time to throw.
Yeah.
Saleta was open. He just didn't get his feet set under him. Trojans a punt from the 37. A little confusion out there. They're trying to get the right ball out there. Play clock already running. Counting players. I think St. James has got 12 out there now. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And Phillips came back off.
They've got they're resetting the ball and they got the play clock running.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Got to hurry. So just get it off. The good snap. And what a kick.
What a
It'll
kick.
be taken by the quarterback all the way back at the 15. He'll slip, and the Trojans will get him down short of the 20. What a kick.
Smokes.
You can't tell me he can't play somewhere here. I mean, that was from the 37, and he caught it at about the 13. So 37 and 13, 23, 33, 43, 48, 40, about a 49-yard punt.
Yeah, beautiful. For high school football?
Yep. I'm sorry y'all had to listen to me doing math on the radio, but I can't do that in my head. All right, 1st and 10 for the Tigers, 6:06 to go, just short of the heat timeout. Trojans lead 14-6, but this will be the second possession of the half, and I think Talladega's just decided, let's spread St. James out, get them in space, and we'll make a big play somewhere along the way. Quarterback still is Smith. Running wide and nothing. And he get hit right in the hole. And I had no idea, but I'm saying Zakowski because of the way
That
he
was
stood him up.
Zakowski again.
And it was. I talked about the very, very, very good linebackers. Alex Wisenhunt is one of those I remember who wore 4 along with Wills Johnson.
Yeah.
I don't remember a linebacker wearing 30, but doggone it, Zakowski's a linebacker.
I know.
He has played some football.
I know, and he was a little bit quiet in the first half, but maybe they changed some kind of wrinkle the way he's lining up or what he's seeing.
I don't know, but Literally another tackle. That's probably 4 in the second half. 4 wide receivers again, actually 5. Trojans got to get pressure on the quarterback, and
Got him.
down he goes.
Sack.
Did he fumble the
fumble
football? No, they called him down again.
Who do you think got the sack?
I don't know. We're going to get a replay here, Brad. On
Where's the
Facebook.
replay? Oh, here we go.
Henry Wright.
Right.
All right, the ball's all the way back at the 10-yard line, making it 3rd and 18. Let's see if the Trojans can get off the field. And if Talladega doesn't punt it any further than they have so far tonight, the Trojans should get much better field position.
Got to get a pass rush.
Yeah, can't give this guy a lot of time. Grant Phillips is 25 yards off the receiver in the slot. Quarterback's going to tuck and run and be dropped.
He got dropped.
All the way back.
The 1 yard line?
Yeah, right at the goal line. Let's see where they mark him.
That was almost a safety.
Yeah, they literally have him marked on the 1.
Steenwinder chased him. Max Ward, Steenwinder.
Yeah, I think Steenwinder.
No, that was
is that right again?
that may have been right again.
All right, so this ball is on the 2-yard line.
Punt block.
I think so.
All out. I
I
wouldn't even
think
put
so.
I wouldn't even put a guy back there.
You know, Alford stands at the Tigers 30. 3:48 to go. We didn't take a heat timeout.
On the back line of the punt.
Blocked. It's blocked by the Trojans. It's picked up near the goal line. Touchdown, St. James.
Absolutely.
By number 13, Andrew Yancey.
Absolutely. Way to
The
go,
punt's
Yancey.
blocked. Way to call it, Brad. And Yancey falls on it. Touchdown, St. James. And it's 20-6. 3:35 to go. Those 2 sacks were big.
Huge.
St. James has come close to blocking 3 or 4 punts.
Honestly, the play of the game right there.
Yeah.
Back-to-back sacks by Wright at the perfect time in the game.
Finally, a big play in the kicking game by the Trojans. We talked to Coach Larry Ware about that this morning, and he said, and I'll use his words.
13? We got a correction here.
It's 13 is Yancey.
Andrew Yancey.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Thank you.
JR came in to make sure we knew we had it. And but this morning he said, well, our special teams have been atrocious. Literally. And they haven't been very good at all. But tonight, covered kicks very well. Did not make the 52-yard field goal, but it was more than long enough. And then here turned a blocked punt into points. I think the punter is injured out there for the Tigers. We're going to take a 60-second break, and when we come back, we'll have the extra points. Trojans lead 26. We'll be back in 60. This is St. James football.
This is Judge J.C. Love in the Montgomery County Probate Court, wishing the St. James Trojans football team a winning and successful football season. Go Trojans. And while we're cheering for victory on the field, we're also protecting victories at home. Don't let property title fraud take away what you've worked so hard to build. Sign up today for the Probate Court's REACT program, the Real Estate Activity Alert and Contact Tool. It's free, it's fast, and it helps safeguard your property. Protect your property, protect your future. Learn more at www.reactnow.com. That's www.reactnow.com. Go Trojans.
Discover your stunning new look at Doug's 2 Salon. Find your breathtaking new hairstyle or color with our expert stylists and salon artists, and look absolutely radiant with our extensions, balayage, and keratin treatments. You'll find products from Aveda and Bumble & Bumble. So even when you leave the salon, you keep looking sensational. Call to make your appointment and look and feel amazing today.
All right, the player was able to get off the field on his own power, and Dylan Hines will attempt the extra point for St. James. 3:35 to go. That one was almost blocked and barely got over. He might have gotten a piece of it, but barely over the crossbar, and the Trojans lead 21-6. 3:35 to go. St. James has run 3 plays here in the second half, and this will be the third possession coming up for the Tigers. We're having a little score trouble, but we'll try to keep our eyes on that. Next Friday night, we'll join you from right here at Carlisle Field as the Trojans will host their crosstown rival Trinity Wildcats.
Well, that's always a fierce one.
Yeah, that's
no matter what.
No matter what. That's right. The Trinity plays in 3A and St. James in 4A, but none of that's going to matter.
No.
But let's see if the Trojans can take care of business here before we start playing again next Friday night.
Let's play some defense. We got a
Dylan Hines will boot this one away.
15-point lead with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Not a bad place to be.
No, much improved from last Friday night. That is for sure. Hines will boot this one away. Back deep is that dangerous wide receiver, Alex Taylor. And so the rest of the second half is going to take much longer than the first half because they're throwing the football now. Literally, they've thrown 6 passes here in the second half, and that one's going to hit at about the 5 and take a bounce. The Trojans miss a tackle at about the 10, but they'll get him down across the way.
That's number 7.
Yep, good gracious. He broke 4 or 5 tackles, still fighting, but they got him down at the 15. That was a 10-yard return in which he did a juke and sidestep about 5 times.
All right, I've deleted my app. I'm going to download it again.
Reload.
All
right, the ball's at the Tiger 15. See if the St. James defense can get the ball back with the Trojans leading 21-6. 3:21 to go. This is only the second meeting between St. James and Talladega. Trojans won last year 35-12. Dylan Hines out there just exhorting his teammates. I mean, come on, guys, let's go. Caputo and Darian Williams are the corners. Still 5 wides again. Back to pass. This one's going to be thrown in the flat, completed to
boom. He got
Taylor. How many times have I said that tonight?
He's on the ground.
A little slow to get up.
Slow getting up. Grant Phillips and Capilouto.
Yeah.
Capilouto on the tackle.
Phillips was playing way off Taylor. And he just took about 3 yards upfield and turned around and caught the pass. Man, these wide receivers are all over the field. Ball's on the near hash. There's a receiver all the way across the field at the number. Quarterback rolling right. Dumps it out there, and it's completed.
Zakowski,
nice coverage by Zakowski, but that's a first down. And James got to get him on his back. I mean, the Tigers coaching staff have made a decision that if they're going to win this football game, they're going to throw the football.
That's it.
St. James making some changes up front. Dawson Knowles out there and Andrew Sellers are giving Max Ward and Stingwinder a little bit of a break. Man across in motion. The quarterback's going to keep it on that little counter. Picked up about 4. You know, you don't see the defender with a pancake block very much. The play ends and Sellers is on top of the offensive guard. Now, he didn't make the tackle, but he's literally on top of it. 2nd and 5 for the Tigers.
Yeah,
the ball at the 33.
He had flipped that guy on his back while he was trying to block him. A little bit of a wrestling.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he's using his hands. Number one thing, you want to teach somebody how to play defensive tackle? They must use their hands.
Got to use your hands.
Again, playing way off the receiver in the slot. It's a Trojan safety. They'll run a little jet sweep out here. They got the edge closing. Did Grant Phillips knife him down?
Football player.
Man, Phillips came like he had been shot out of a gun.
You know who he looked like?
Who?
Ray Hubbard.
Ray Hubbard.
Number 18.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good compliment.
That is a Bray Hubbard play right there, man.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You got a senior playing as hard as he can. The running back a little slow to get up out there. That's well, there he is. That's a Curry for the Tigers. We are frantically trying to find you some scores. You know, when that Max Prep app goes down, man.
Yeah, they must be having a server issue because I couldn't get anything over here on my iPad either.
Well, I can't get anything, Brad. So
I'm gonna go to WSFA.
Yep.
Rosie and the crew. See what the Fever scoreboard says.
The other thing we can do
Sports Fever scoreboard.
They're still working with the injured player. I tell you what, let's take a well, I'm gonna keep it here. It's 3rd down and about 3. So when they get him up, this is gonna be a big play, and I've got
a
miss it.
second quarter score on this app. Tallahassee Tigers 10, Bullitt County 6. That's a second quarter score. I guarantee you they're back from halftime there.
Yeah.
And there's just nothing.
I think I can find that score, I think. All right, it's Tallahassee 17 and Bullitt County 12 in the 3rd quarter. Game being played at Bullitt County. All right, players up, and they're helping them off across the way. A nice hand from the St. James faithful. We're watching that Bullitt County Tallahassee game because that's part of the region that St. James plays in, Region 3 of Class 4A. Of course, Talladega is here against St. James. Tallahassee at Bullitt County tonight. Booker T. Washington at Cleburne County, and Hanley all over Munford. We'll try to get all those finals for you after the game. All right, it's 3rd down and 4. The ball at the 35, the line to make the 34. Let's see if the Trojans defense can make a play here. Zukowski running to the right, and they'll drop the quarterback for a loss. There's a flag out here in the secondary. I have no idea what that is. If the play stands,
hands to the face.
If the play stands, it'll be 4th down. The flag's out here at the 39, so if it's against the Trojans, it'll be a 1st down. I think it's gonna be.
It's gonna be a
face mask. No, against Talladega, and the Trojans are gonna decline it.
4th down, a 5-yard place down.
All right, so the ball's at the 33. It's 4th down, and I'm not sure whether the Tigers will punt it away or not. 40 seconds to go. They'll have to snap it here before the 3rd quarter comes to an end.
I think Darian Williams made that tackle before.
He did. All right, the Tigers have about 17 men on the field, and the Trojans have about 30 at this point. Well, they don't have 30 because there are only 32 guys dressed out. Yeah, the Tigers are going to call timeout before the play clock expired. They'll punt it away. Good gracious, I know you have to be confused listening. Let me tell you what's going on. The ball's at the 33. It is 4th down and 6. Let's call it 6. Trojans lead 21-6, and the Tigers appear to be ready to punt it away. Benton Alford will be back deep for St. James. The last punt was blocked, and the Trojans fell on it in the end zone.
We need to do that again.
It's going to be hard to fall on it in the end zone from here, but they could scoop it up and
score,
run
baby.
it in. Yeah, you defensive linemen are all the same.
It's a dream.
Dreaming
it's
about the scoop and score, right?
It's a dream, man. It's a dream.
Us old linebackers.
But attacking the quarterback feels really good.
Us old linebackers just, we know we're not scoring.
It is the best feeling in the world to take a quarterback down.
All right. Benton Alford stands deep at his own 40. We're about ready to go. They block it again. Can they scoop it up? No, the Trojans fall on it.
Right on top of it.
at the 23.
They knew they could get it.
Yeah, that was a different punter, and he was slower than the previous punter. And St. James with the ball at the 23.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
2 punt blocks. Hey, Brad, at the next break, let's run in there and ask JR when the last time was St. James blocked 2 punts in a game.
2 punts in a game. He is a walking encyclopedia for St. James athletic history.
All right, the Trojans trying to blow this baby open with 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hands under center is Mason Craig. Craig straight ahead to Grant Phillips, picking his way. Not much, for heaven's sakes. Just not able to knock him off the ball, and that's going to be the end of the quarter. You enjoy Basket Case while we get ready for the fourth quarter. Trojans lead 21-6. This is St. James football. All right, it'll be third down from inside the 20 at about the 18. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Trojans. Ford Bass carried on second down. Ball nearer the 18. 11:30 to go. We're just started here in the fourth quarter. Trojans trying to bust this one open, lead 21-6. Hands under center is Mason. A little counter. He's going to keep it on a quarterback sweep, and he's got a first down. And he might get in. He does, I think. Wait for the hands to go up. Yes. Touchdown, Trojans. Mason Craig on an 18-yard run.
How about that? How about that? Flag.
Oh. Now I have to take all that back. There's a holding call.
Dang it. I think that's our first penalty of the game.
I think so.
Very clean game played so far by the Trojans.
That's going to be a 10-yard mark-off.
Man.
All right, let's do the math, right? The Trojans lead by 15. A field goal will make it 18 and makes it a 3-score game. So what you want to do right here, Brad, on what's going to be 3rd and about 10 or 11 is do not risk the football.
No.
From here, it would be a 43-yard field goal, 42.
So we're back at the 23 again.
Back at the 23. Yep.
3rd and 10.
The line that makes the 13. Rolling right is Craig. Don't give ground. He throws that one away.
Yeah, no
He's
blockers
outside the tackle
downfield. That
box.
was safe.
That's an incomplete pass, and this will be a field goal attempt by Hines. Trojans trying to take advantage of the second block punt.
So a 40-yarder?
Yep. This should be about 40. It is now on the left hash after Craig rolled left. Salado will hold. Clock stopped at 10:46 to go, but the play clock's at 10. Well, now it's at 10.
30-yard field goal.
Salado calls for it. Snaps a little low, but he got all of it. Is that one? It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a 40-yard field goal by Hines, and the Trojans lead 24-6. We'll keep it right here. There's been very little offense so far in the second half by the Trojans, but they've scored 10 points.
10 points. Got to like it when your special team steps up and gets you a blocked punt for a touchdown. And then just
block punt.
Outstanding kick, outstanding 40-yard field goal.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, he can kick the doggone football. That holding penalty cost St. James a touchdown.
And he scored 6 points tonight, Hines has, Dylan Hines.
That's right, he has.
All by himself.
All right, Trojans have kicked this one away. 10:29 to go in the quarter now with a 3-score lead. Next Friday night is St. James and Trinity. And I don't like these blue uniforms, but I'm okay with wearing them.
You okay with this?
I'm okay with wearing them.
Okay.
You know.
So you like the white pants?
I like the white pants with the blue jersey.
Well, are there players picking?
I don't
Are
know.
they having a voice?
Well, I know that sometimes if it's muddy or something like that, they'll wear the blue pants. So because it takes till about Wednesday to get the white ones clean. All right, look, looks like Bass is going to kick this ball off for the Trojans. This one's going to be out of bounds.
35.
It is at the 35.
Uh-oh. What we got going on out here? Number 57 and number having a little chit-chat.
Just some pleasantries.
Hey, what are you doing after the game? Let's go to Zaxby's.
Yeah, that's right. It's just, how you doing, man? I'm great. How are you? Is it? You know what he was doing? Steve Winder said, hey, man, they asked me up in the press box, is it Talladega or Talladega? I'm in so much trouble. I'm in so much trouble. Now they want St. James to kick it again.
Okay. So take the 5-yard penalty.
Yeah.
And make them re-kick.
That's right. Now a kick from the 35.
Would you,
now guess who's
I was going to say, now you get Dylan Hines to kick it and put the sucker down there on that direction.
Well, I hold my breath right here. Just because he's 5 yards back, he's not kicking this one into the end zone. And it's that receiver, Alex Taylor, back there. I tell you what, I'd like to have him in blue and gold now. You throw it in his direction, it is caught. All right, Dylan Hines ready to boot it away from the Trojans after that 5-yard penalty for a ball kicked out of bounds. And this one's going to be taken on the dead run by Taylor. Uh-oh.
Got him.
Hit the
Good
crease,
tackle.
but the Trojans got him down at the 37.
Great job, Andrew
Yancey. That's right.
Nice job, Yancey.
Who scored the touchdown on the block punt. Return man Taylor a little slow to get up.
He was feeling a little dramatic there.
Yeah.
Like something bad was going to happen.
Yeah, me too. He
And
caught that baby on the dead run, and that's generally not good.
I was praying it was going to bounce off his shoulder pads. He was running so hard. And then Yancey just became a man and did what he needed to do.
All right, it'll be first down. Talladega at the 39. Now they're back in the power formation with a tight end and a wing back. Quarterback in the backfield, running back to his left. Back to pass is Smith. This one's in and out of the hands of Taylor. Across the way.
And he's not really getting set to throw.
He's throwing it.
He's just
flipping
it.
Yeah.
Flicking it. Yes, that's the best word. which means you're going to be inaccurate. And maybe we can get a pick out of this. That'd be fabulous.
Be second down and 10. Clock stopped, 10-14 to go. Trojans lead 24-6. 2 rushing touchdowns, a blocked punt, and a 40-yard Dylan Hines field goal. Here comes a blitz. Trojans knife him down right at the line of scrimmage, and you take a guess who made the tackle.
Zukowski.
Yep.
Look at him, last man up.
Yep. You needed to see him, the last man up, before you believe me. You didn't just go, okay.
Oh, I would believe you.
Yeah.
But there were 4 guys on the tackle.
Yeah.
And he was the first one there for sure.
It's third down. They gave him half a yard. Third down and 9, but now they're back to 4 wide receivers. Ball at the far hash. 3 guys this way. Here comes a blitz. Quarterback's hit as he throws.
Come on.
And it's
Out of
incomplete.
bounds.
Dylan Hines a little slow to get up.
I couldn't tell if he got his arm hit or if he just wasn't.
I think he did. But I tell you what he did. He threw it as far as he could.
Yeah.
Let his man try to run under it. That was Cornelius Jemison. All right, that's a 3 and out.
I want to see Benton Alford get a great return here. Got to hold
Alford
him up.
stands at the 35. All right, now he's back to full 15 yards, and the snap bounces to him.
And we almost blocked it again.
Blocked it again. Get away from it. The Trojans do. It bounces at the 40, and St. James will have it there. We'll check the clock for you. 9:13 to go.
I swear that clock has barely moved.
Yeah. Well, they threw 2 incompletions. Ball's at the 40. Okay, St. James has not made a first down here in the second half.
I just want to make
3 and out once and 3 and a field goal.
trying to make sure it wasn't a Catholic game.
Oh,
Deja
my
vu.
heavens. Every time I think about that game, it seems like it took 7 hours to play. You know, the clock, the scoreboard wasn't running. That always makes the game longer. All right, St. James
Okay.
in the single wing. Running left is Ford Bass. Bass behind
Go,
the
Ford.
Winder. Broke a tackle, first down. Bumped out of bounds near the 43 on the Tiger side of the field. First down, Trojans.
Nice.
You know, these guys are enjoying this offense.
They are.
You know, you're watching on Facebook. I want you to see
42 yards.
Bass bumped out of bounds there,
Yeah.
but not after he picked up about 15 yards.
18 yards. Per JR. If you're ever
All right.
keeping stats, it's
Yeah.
always a good idea to keep an ear out for what JR
For what
says
JR
because he
says.
is extremely accurate.
He's extremely accurate, but he's doing public address and
10
he's keeping
things
the stats so he can. Somebody, if you've never been to the stjtrojans.com website, then you need to do that when the game's over. It's amazing the information about St. James football that JR has collected. Hands under centers, Mason Craig. He's watching the play clock. It's down to 8 yards. Sprinting to the outside. Pickup of about 3 or 4 is Hartley, Cameron Hartley.
Nice.
And if my program is right, he's an 8th grader. And somewhere my friend Frank Woodson, when I said he's an 8th grader, just said, he's an 8th grader, baby. When our kids were at St. James, we went down to play Bullitt County in basketball, and they had an 8th grader starting.
Whoa.
And when they're introducing the starting lineup, the PA guy said, and he's an 8th grader, baby. Cameron Hartley, he's an 8th grader. Hands under centers, Craig, watching the clock, pickup of only 2. Craig missed the handoff, and he just sprints outside down near the 35. It'll be third down and about 5 to go.
Work that clock.
Mason's a little slow to get up. Limping on his foot a little bit, but he's okay. Trojans keeping an eye on the clock, which is running. It'll be inside 7 minutes before they snap it here.
Yeah, take your time.
Trojans lead by 3 scores. 24-6.
There you
Out
go.
there.
Break the huddle with 15, 14,
Jack
13.
Caradoni over the ball. Bass in the backfield along with Zakowski. Play clock at 3. Zakowski, first down. That's coming back on the hold.
He's going to be tackled inside the 30-yard line down to the 27.
Zakowski got up and gave the first down signal, but I think this one's coming back. Unless they picked up the flag. No, they didn't. That's holding.
Dang it.
Holding called into Trojan. And it is the first down.
Would have been a first down inside the 30. Now it's going to be 3rd and 12 or so, I think. They'll mark it off from the 34.
Second penalty of the night for the Trojans. So you can grab them. You can grab their jersey.
Inside.
You just can't, inside.
You got to turn loose when they
cannot keep them from moving.
Yeah,
so that's when it changes.
You got to turn. You got to let them go when they start to turn to get away from you. All right, it's 3rd down and 12. Just be careful, fellas. Don't turn the football over here. Nothing wrong with a punt. Rolling left is Mason Craig. He'll throw this one deep. It's intercepted.
Yeah, which is like a punt.
Yeah, it is.
It was underthrown.
And gets the ball at the 13-yard line.
At the 13. First turnover of the night for St. James. 6:21 to go in the quarter.
Was he targeting Alford?
Yes.
I think he was, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th possession of the half by the Tigers, and they have 3 first downs on their first 4 possessions. St. James leading 24-6 and trying to get out of here. They want to call this one off right now. Nobody in blue and gold's going to argue.
Nope.
Checking the score again on Tallahassee and Bullitt County.
Got
Big
anything
region
working?
game. It's still 17-12. Can't tell who's got the football either on this little screen. Tigers quarterback is Smith. Back to pass, the lefty. Going to roll to his left. He's chased, and he throws this one out there and over the head of that very, very, very favorite receiver, Alex Taylor. All right, it's in the 4th quarter. I have no idea how much time. Bullitt County trails 17-12, but they have the ball near the 40. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Smith's pass was incomplete.
Where are you watching that?
On Tallahassee Times TV.
Nice.
But I don't have enough signal. I need to get on the Wi-Fi up here in the press box. I can't do that and broadcast the game, though. All right, it's 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. Incomplete pass took 7 seconds. Here comes the blitz up the middle, and Zakowski will almost bat the ball down.
Wow.
I think he got a finger on it, and that one's incomplete, and it's 3rd down. Trojans bring in some fresh pass rushers. That's going to be Knowles and Sellers. Also bring in a fresh linebacker for the Trojans. That's Connor Adams. He's also an 8th grader.
I like seeing Knowles in the game.
Yep.
He's a disruptor.
6:10. That play took 3 seconds. I think the clock operator was a little slow on the uptake. All right, it's 3rd down and 10 inside the 15, and here comes a blitz for the Trojans. Back to pass. Too much time for Smith, but that one's almost intercepted. And I'm just going to tell you right now, what a nice job by Luke catching. He got between the receiver and the ball and just stayed there.
Just stayed there.
Just stayed between him and the ball.
And he was helpless, and then he fell down.
Looks like Talladega will punt this one away. And once again, now I can't tell you anything about the Tallahassee
And look
game.
where Benton Alford is going to be standing.
He's standing at the Tigers' 40.
On their 40-yard line to catch this punt. Let's block another one.
This guy's standing back at 15 yards. That snap's low.
Barely got it off.
He did get away from it, guys. It's going to go to the 32 or 3 and go out of bounds there. And St. James is going to have fabulous field position again. 5:51 to go. The ball at the 34.
All right.
You know, if you've got a good punter, you almost take it for granted. And if you don't, man, it puts you behind the 8 ball in this game.
Yes,
you
it
can't
does.
kick the ball. Can you
Special
get
teams
Tallahassee
matter.
Times TV over there on your iPad?
Yeah, I guess I could.
Yeah, you have to.
Let's see if I can do that.
All right, St. James with the ball at the 33. Saleda across the way. Trojans back in the single wing, actually the double wing on this play. Straight up the middle is Zakowski. Broke a tackle, broke another.
Holy smokes.
Running off right guard, and 2 guys are down for Talladega, and they're going to mark him close to the first down. In fact, they're going to give him a first down. Wow, what a run.
So 34 down to the 24. No, they're saying
Mikael
the
Delbridge
23.
in for St. James. Yeah, but it's a first down. It was 10 yards
Yeah,
exactly.
Zakowski got 11 yards on that. 51 yards rushing so far.
Delbridge wide this way. St. James again in the double wing formation now. Run a little counter sweep out here.
Ooh,
not much.
Got to get that block.
It's hard.
Come on.
Yeah. We missed. There was only one guy out there, really. The Trojans trying to run the clock now, though. Stay in bounds. Hold on to the football. 3-score lead with under 5 minutes to go.
Was that Grant?
No, that was Cameron Hartley.
Wow.
32.
Hartley 2, 4, 6 rushers on the night. 6 people touching
Carry
the ball. That was his second carry. No, third carry.
St. James in the single wing now. Zakowski and Hartley in the backfield. Zakowski.
Got it. Untouched.
Zakowski. Touchdown. His second touchdown as a Trojan, and that's a 25-yard run.
Boy, I know that feels good to him.
It does.
Man.
36, Trojans lead. 4:21 to go.
Nice.
I think I know what offensive formation St. James is going to be running next week. I'm giving away no secrets.
Look at Jeff Corley just tackling everybody. Some happy boys right there.
Yep. And here's the thing. You win tonight, you don't even remember those first 4.
No, you don't. That's right. Everybody hugging on Zakowski.
Snap's a little low, but Hines boots it away, and the extra point is good. It's 31-6 St. James. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 60. Trojans lead 31-6.
I'm Cliff Meidel, 2-time Olympic athlete in the sport of sprint kayaking. In 1986, my life changed forever when I struck 3 buried high-voltage cables while working on an excavation site. 30,000 volts of electricity blew through my body. I'm lucky to be alive and able to walk again. Accidents like mine can be avoided with a simple call to 811.
Accidents can happen to anyone. Know what's below. Always call 811 before digging. Brought to you by Alabama 811.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Derek Cunningham of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. We're a proud supporter of St. James football. Being a member of this community and knowing that these students are part of our community, we at the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office would like to let you know that we support you this football season and we're here for you this football season.
Kick it away. Miles Zakowski scores his second career touchdown, and St. James leads 31-6. 4:21 to go. Happy homecoming. The Trojans had won before tonight, Brad, 14 straight homecoming football games. So tonight will make it 15. The last loss, 2010, 43-40 to Headland in overtime. They scored right down there in that corner to my left on 4th down in overtime. Trojans couldn't Trojans kicked a field goal in overtime. Went up 40-37. You don't care about that. It was in 2010. I have no idea why I'm telling you that.
Tallahassee 17. You know, it's weird. I click on it and the score goes backward. I mean, the time jumps backwards. I don't know, man.
There's something wrong with the worldwide interweb, as one of my old buddies used to say.
Interweb, yeah.
Interweb. All right, Dylan Hines will boot it away here in a minute. Here we go. This one's going to be taken at about the 15, sprinting to the corner. Broke a tackle. Uh-oh. Trojans going to get him down at about the 36.
Turn him inside.
And that's that guy's wearing a 4, and I don't have a 4 on my roster. So that's why you kind of heard me stammering around. All right, we're trying to tell you the Tallahassee score, and we're going to give up here in a second. All right, the Tigers with the football at their own 35. 3:43 to go. Now, and the clock's running.
Okay, it's trying to catch up.
Okay. All right. Tigers with the football. I got no idea why the clock's running. I mean, it's okay with me.
Yeah, I'm not griping.
But Benton Alford out here at one corner. Darian Williams across the way. We'll get the linebackers for you in a second. I think it's Zukowski and Wright. It is. Picking his way. Wright hit him first, along with Connor Adams, who's out there. They're giving Zukowski a little bit of a break. And he's pacing around down there on the sidelines like,
he doesn't like
put
that.
me back in, put me back in. You know, standing down here by Jeff Corley. Like, hey.
Come on, man.
You see me, don't you? St. James runs a man off just in time. The quarterback, Smith, keeps it, running around right in, bumped out of bounds over there. Not going to get the first down. It's going to be third. That was the old middle school quarterback power, where he took the ball and ran behind the running back. Trojans playing a few new guys now. Brennan Stewart out there.
All right, I think
along with David Gross.
I think we're caught up.
17-12. We think Tallahassee leads. Don't know how much time. Trojans substituting out there. We'll try to keep our eye on everybody, make sure we get you all the names. Quarterback will dump it out here, and that might be a touchdown. Can the Trojans catch him from behind? I don't think so. Yeah, bumped out of bounds by Saleta. 1:49 to go. St. James substituting liberally out there, but coaching staff like, guys, come on now. Ball's marked at the 3.
3-yard line. Yep.
All right, we don't know how much time's left, but we do know it's 17-12 in the Tallahassee Bullitt County game, and Bullitt County has a football. Why are we keeping up with this? Bullitt County's 2-0 in region play. We're trying to keep an eye on the standings. This should be region win number 1 for St. James. Ball at the 3-yard line. 1:22 to play. Nowhere.
Oh, nowhere to go.
What a nice stop out there by Zukowski and Hines.
Go clock, go.
That was Logan Stevenson carrying the ball there. Down inside a minute now. Talladega not in any big hurry. Like they would like to punch this one in, certainly. Ball back to the 7-yard line. Only touchdown on the night on their very first possession on a slant to Alex Taylor from the quarterback, Malik Smith. Smith's still in there. Calls for it. Rolling to his right. Could run for it. He's going to dump it in the end zone, and guess who caught it?
Number 7.
Alex Taylor. It's a 7-yard TD pass. And it's 31-12. Last year's final score was 35-12. Not exactly sure how St. James can get to 35. Bullitt County's going to go for 2. 33 seconds.
Tigers attempting a 2-point conversion.
Smith in the shotgun. He's going to roll right again. That's holding, but it's not called. And that 2-point conversion is good.
Conversion pretty much like the previous play.
They got it.
Mr. Taylor is good for 2.
Taylor caught that too.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you right now. He's a high school football player.
Yeah, he is a player, man.
All right, 33 seconds to go. Trojans lead 31-14, and we'll just keep it right here.
I'm going to go ahead and add up these stats real quick for you, too.
Good deal. Next Friday night, we'll join you here from the J.R. Brown Press Box at Carlisle Field, the Trojans and the Trinity Wildcats.
Touchdown pass, Mr. Taylor. 2-point conversion pass.
Not a region game, but you can't tell these guys in those solid navy blue uniforms down there that the game doesn't, air quotes, count. Because I promise you, it, air quotes, counts.
Yep. Because they all live in the same neighborhoods and go to the same churches.
That's
and
right.
they
And
see each other way too much.
25 years from now, they're all going to be working and
Yeah.
talking to each other about, you remember what we did to you in 2025?
Yeah.
All right, St. James lining up, trying to cover an onside kick by Talladega. I think I've done pretty good with the Dega part.
You have. You got better in the
Dega,
second
Dega.
half.
Yeah.
Better in the second half.
Here's the onside kick, and it's going to bounce and be taken at the 40, and the St. James Trojans should be able to take a knee and get out of here with victory number 1 on the season. There's some happy
kids,
students down there.
You got to win your homecoming game, man. It means a lot.
As we said, 15 in a row for St. James. Mason Craig's going to get to do something he's never, ever done before because he's never played quarterback before this season, and he's never taken a knee.
Oh, wow.
Craig will take this snap, I hope. He's not under center. Step back, take a knee, young man, and that'll be it. St. James will not have to snap it again. Trojans are going to get victory number 1 of the season, 31-14 here on homecoming 2025. I tell you what, we're going to take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll recap it for you and take a look at the statistics. Trojans with a happy homecoming tonight. St. James 31, Talladega 14. This is St. James football.
If joint pain or athletic injury has you out of a game, call the Houston Clinic team at 334-245-6605. Doctors Lee Murphy and Derek Wessner are seasoned healthcare providers working to provide high-quality sports medicine care to the athletes of the River region. Dr. Murphy is an orthopedic surgeon. His clinical focus is on shoulder, elbow, and knee disorders. Dr. Wessner is a veteran and primary care sports medicine physician specializing in the primary care treatment of all musculoskeletal conditions. Visit Doctors Murphy and Wessner at Houston Clinic on Taylor Road in Montgomery.
Go, go, go. That's life. And at CB&S Bank, we help you keep up. We're redesigning financial freedom with the most sophisticated digital products. Check balances, pay bills, transfer funds, manage your card, and even deposit checks from wherever you are. Make purchases using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile device with Mobile Wallet in participating stores and restaurants. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
From all the employees at Adams Drugs, we want to say thank you to those who already trust us with your health care and prescription needs. If you are looking for a pharmacy, we would like to invite you to visit our website, adamsdrugs.net, and find a location nearest to you. We have 12 locations in the River region with services such as wellness screenings, blood pressure checks, and compounding, just to name a few. Please come in and experience the Adams Drugs difference. We look forward to serving you and your family.
All aboard Powered for healthy smiles. At Dentistry for Children, they love to make kids smile. Dr. Schreiber and Dr. Thomas specialize in pediatric dentistry, treating infants, children, and patients with special needs. You can trust Dentistry for Children to provide the highest quality care for children of all ages. Beautiful smiles begin at Dentistry for Children. Call today to make your appointment with their professional caring staff. Dentistry for Children in Montgomery and Wetumpka, proudly making kids smile for over 40 years.
Down below us, the St. James Band plays the alma mater, the football team, cheerleaders, and much of the senior class stands facing the band and sways back and forth. Trojans win tonight 31-14, led at halftime 14-6 on the strength of two Grant Phillips rushing touchdowns. They blocked a punt with 3:35 to go in the third quarter, fell on it to make the lead 21-6. Blocked another punt. Hines kicked a 40-yard field goal. It's 24-6. And then with 4:21 to go, Miles Zakowski ran 25 yards for the final score of the game for the Trojans. With 27 seconds to go, Talladega scored on a 7-yard touchdown pass to what has been as good a receiver as I have seen in quite a long time in high school football for Talladega. That's Alex Taylor. He scored both touchdowns and the 2-point conversion tonight. Scored all 14 points for the Tigers. St. James moves to 1-4, 1-2 in region play. And it's well, we'll talk about what's up next week in a minute. Brad, how about some statistics?
Yeah, let's get to some great statistics tonight for the Trojans in the rushing category. Grant Phillips, 10 carries, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns. Miles Zakowski, 11 carries, 75 yards, 1 touchdown. Craig gets 4 carries for 15. Bass, 4 carries for 42 yards. Hines, 3 carries for 1. And Hartley had a carry. So 33 carries, 218 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
That's 6.6 yards per carry on the night. So
for a team that had 192 yards rushing in the first 4 games combined.
That's right. Outstanding. Passing, 2 completions on 9 attempts, 30 yards, 1 interception by Craig tonight. But total offense tonight, 42 plays, 248 yards. Leading in the tackling tonight, Zakowski, the second half, was a beast.
Yep.
He was everywhere. Wright had a great game with 2 tackles and 2 back-to-back sacks, which was outstanding. Hines had a great job. He had a sack. And Max Ward with 4 tackles and 2 assists on the evening.
Well, it was just what the doctor ordered, okay? You know, let's just be honest.
And a touchdown.
And a touchdown.
And a punt block for a touchdown by Yancey.
Yancey fell on it in the end zone.
Yeah.
You know, this is a proud high school football team, okay? I look down there in the south end zone and look at that scoreboard, and it says state champs 2022.
I know.
And this football team was 0-4. And, you know, the honest truth is they're not a soul who walked through this gate here, and this was as big a crowd as there has been at St. James in a long time.
Yes.
There wasn't a soul who walked through this fence to this football game who was happy before kickoff.
Yeah.
Nobody. This is not a football program that's accustomed to losing. Certainly not in the way that this football team lost last Friday night to Handley. Now, you know, Handley won 60-0 or something tonight against Munford. It's not like Handley's not an outstanding high school football team. But this football team's not accustomed to what happened last Friday night. The coaching staff made some adjustments, kind of changed the way they changed the way they approach running the football.
Yep.
Now you know, if you're 2 of 9 passing next Friday night, we're probably not quite as giddy as we are right now.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be able to throw the football next Friday night against Trinity. But tonight, St. James did enough. Ran the football effectively, and we haven't said that all season. Ran the football effectively, controlled the line of scrimmage for the most part. Late in the first half, Talladega did a pretty good job up front. But aside from that, St. James controlled the line of scrimmage, took advantage on special teams.
Oh, yeah.
And you get out of here 31-14. And Watching film Sunday will be a whole lot more fun.
A lot more fun.
There'll be a different kind of bounce at practice Monday afternoon
with Trinity coming.
Yep. Friday morning, the daddy's breakfast won't be quite so somber because the truth of the matter is, this morning I thought
somber.
I was at a funeral.
I know. It's pretty rough.
But again, this football team's not used to dealing with what's happened the first four weeks. I said the schedule was front loaded.
Yeah.
St. James had played 4 very, very good football teams.
If you figure out a way to get 7 to 8, 9 completions passing,
yeah,
and get that number up in the 75 to 85 yards,
yeah,
with that running attack we had tonight, it'll be challenged more next week. We know
absolutely.
that. The report I got from one of my guys whose son plays at ACA is Trinity really comes hard.
Sure they do.
They're going to come hard and they're going to come fast. So it's going to be a very physical game. So, but the passing component has got to be there just a little more.
Yeah,
a little more.
The football team that St. James will play next Friday night will be head and shoulders above the football team they played tonight. There's no question about that. It'll take what they did tonight plus some to be able to win next Friday night against Trinity. But again, the film watching will be different. The practices will be different. And then you just line it up next Friday night and play it.
Play hard as you can.
We'll do our best to bring it to you. Larry Ware with his first win as St. James head coach.
Right.
we can mark that down. A bunch of firsts tonight and continue the winning streak on homecoming. Well, that's about it for us. St. James wins tonight 31-14 against the Talladega Tigers, moves the record to 1-4 and 1-2 in region play. And we'll check the other scores during the week and give you a report early in the broadcast next Friday night on region standings. So one final time for head of school Larry McLemore, for head coach Larry Ware, for his staff, for the young men who played tonight in those solid Navy uniforms with the white helmets. So at least they're not all Navy, Brad. For the folks at Little Engine Broadcasting, for Brad Armagost, for J.R. Brown, who brought the games to you the last 2 weeks along with Wes Stewart, I'm Sonny Brasfield. Final score, St. James 31, Talladega 14. Wish you'd been here to see it, Rich. Gus, we love you. Good night and be safe.
Thank you for joining us for Trojan Football. This is Head of School Dr. Larry McLemore. As a proud